All right. So, hey, everybody. Welcome to Square Biz Live. I am Ty, going to be your host here every day, all day. Today, we are going to talk about some of the things that will get your business credit applications or anything like that denied. So, what is getting you and your business denied for business credit? And that's what we'll be talking about tonight. Now we're talking about business credit as a whole. So some of the things I'm talking about are going to be very, very general. And just always know that business credit and getting approved for things like that is always going to be based off of your business and the lender itself. Okay. So, but just take everything what I'm saying. If there's some things that you know that you need to fix within your business, please do that. But like I said, this is just a general guide, and we can talk specifics after I go over about six different things that can get your business credit denied. We can go over specifics. If you guys have questions, I can answer them. I'll drop the link if you guys want to go and get up on stage with me and talk to me directly, because I know a lot of times with the comments, typing in the chat, a lot of things can get lost in translation. So I allow you guys to come up here and talk to me directly. But let's go ahead and get started on the things that will get your business credit denied. And the first thing that we're going to go over today is, like I said before, you probably don't even have a business. And I say that kind of like tongue in cheek, because a lot of times we have side hustles. A lot of us are sole proprietors, but we aren't incorporated with our state, and we don't have like an EIN or anything like that. And so that's the number one thing, is you want to get incorporated with your state. And that means you want to become an LLC, you want to be S Corp or a C Corp, whatever is more conducive to your business. But you want to do that, because once you establish that, you'll find out that a lot of lenders will only lend to incorporated businesses. They won't lend to sole proprietors. Now, it's not going to get you automatically denied, but you want to make yourself widely available for all types of funding. So yes, you definitely want to go ahead and just take that leap into entrepreneurship and go ahead and get yourself incorporated with your state. Now it varies, how to go ahead and get registered with your state. It's going to vary from state to state, but basically you're going to make sure you have, your name, your business address, all of your business information to use to register with your state. So go ahead. If you're a sole proprietor, if you're just doing a side hustle and you're thinking like, hey, this is a really good business idea and I want to, take this little step further, the first thing you want to do is go ahead and get incorporated. And like I said, that is one of the things that'll probably get you denied when you apply for business credit. We're going to go ahead and talk about the second thing. And the second thing is, a lot of people don't know how to set up their business correctly for business credit. And I say that because there's no there's no, I guess, incorrect way to set up a business, so to speak, right? You can do some things wrong, but if you're trying to get business credit, there is some certain things, there's certain benchmarks that you want to hit, and I'll go over them. So one, you want to make sure you have a good business address. And a lot of times when we first start out, or we're trying to get our business off the ground, we use our home address. And there's nothing wrong with using your home address, and a lot of times businesses won't get denied for this. But when I talk about using your home address versus a business address, we want to start separating ourselves from the business. We want lenders to take us seriously when we're talking about getting money from them for the business. And one way to show that is to say, hey, this is not, this is not, I'm not using my home address. I'm taking this seriously. So you can use a different address. If you have a brick and mortar, say if you're starting a restaurant or something like that, or you have a storefront, you want to use that address. If you have co-working spaces and they allow you to use their space as a business address, go ahead and do that. There are virtual offices out there, and I always recommend Alliance, Opus, and Regis. I personally use Alliance and Regis for both of my businesses, for that address, for the business address. So you want to start separating yourself from the business when you are looking at getting a business address. The other thing you want to make sure you have is to have a website of some sort. Now, it doesn't have to be some elaborate website where things are coming at you as soon as you hop on the page and you click here and you can get this live chat and you do all of this. It doesn't have to be that extensive. All you need is what I call a landing page, right? And you can look this up on the internet. You can Google this. about just setting up a landing page. And all that landing page is doing is saying, hey, this is the business, this is our contact information, this is who we are, here's what we do, just a general information about your business. Just so you can have your little piece of real estate on the internet. And when you get that website, you want to make sure that you buy that domain. So whatever that www.yourbusiness.com.net.org whatever, make sure you buy that and make sure it's yours. Okay, you don't want to use some of these free website builders where it's like www.wordpress dot this dot that, and then it's like your business dot something else. Make sure it's your own domain, and you can buy domains through Google. They have Wix. GoDaddy is a couple of sites where they will allow you to get your personal domain, and it'll look something like I said, like www.squarebiz365.com. So you want to do that. And then once you do that, you want to create a professional email address. And like I said before, a lot of times people will use the free services from Google, like, their Gmail account or Yahoo or MSN or whatever have you. And they'll have, squarebiz.gmail.com. At gmail.com or squarebiz@yahoo.com. You want to get away from that, right? Because lenders are going to be looking at your application and they're going to see, are they taking this seriously? Do they really want funding? Of course you really want it, but how serious are you about it? There are other people in line behind you that want funding as well. How does your business compare to them? So you want to be as professional as possible. So when you get that domain, that website, go ahead and create your email off of that. So it'll look something like, info@squarebiz.com, or your name, like Ty@squarebiz.com, or whatever have you. But just make sure that that last piece of that is your business dot whatever domain you set up. The other thing is, like I said, you want to have your EIN number, and you can get that very, very easily. You can get that within 10-15 minutes from the IRS, and it's completely free. It is completely free to get an EIN number. And then you want to go and get your DUNS number, your Dun and Bradstreet number too. I call it for short DUNS number. But you want to have that too. You can get that from Dun and Bradstreet. That is free as well. It may take some businesses a little longer to get it. So like with the IRS is about 10-15 minutes. Granted, everything is all the information is there. Dun and Bradstreet, I've seen people wait from 2 to 3 days. Sometimes they get it immediately. Sometimes your state will already put in for that. And so some of you may have, if you don't know, you may already have a Dun and Bradstreet number that you probably weren't tracking. But you want to make sure you go to Dun and Bradstreet's website and make log in and get your DUNS number. And then the other thing is, you want to make sure you have a good business phone number. That a lot of the virtual offices offer a phone number service along with you getting a virtual office. So you want to make sure you have that. You want it separate from your personal phone number. You don't want it to be the same thing. I recommend services like Grasshopper or Dialpad, because you can get this number, and then those calls will be forwarded to your cell phone, so you don't have to have two separate phones to take in your business calls. But definitely want to have a business number. With that, you want to have a 1-800 number. You want to have a local number, and you also want to have like a fax number. And like I said, those services offer that sometimes in a bundle, most times in a bundle. For number 3, right? So here I go. I always forget to put up the the steps, and I say, oh, I always get this thing all like decked out to say, okay, we're gonna do it like this and help me stay on track, but I always forget it. So let's recap real quick. Number 1, you're not incorporated, so get incorporated with your state, right? That's LLC, S corp, C corp, whatever is beneficial to your business. And then number 2, just like I said, you want to make sure that you are set up correctly with your business. And I have videos on that. If you join the SquareBiz Facebook group, you can go in there and ask questions about that. I have people asking questions about that all the time. So make sure you want to make sure you get that set up correctly. And then number 3, you are most likely in a high risk industry. Okay. Now this is very, very broad. And I'm going to pull up something here for you guys to look at. It's just a general chart of some different high risk industries. Let me pull this off here. Okay, this is very general. Okay, and just because you are in a high risk industry does not mean you will not get approved. All right. So I know a lot of people say, hey, I had someone last week say, hey, I have a marketing business, and that's not considered high risk. And your business specifically may not be, high risk, but there are some businesses or some business types under marketing that are considered high risk, like telemarketing, like the MLM marketing, the multi-level marketing. You'll see a lot of people try to jump into, or the mail order marketing, stuff like that. So just, like I said, these are like very, very broad general topics, and this is not like all inclusive. So there are some businesses or some industries that aren't included in this diagram, but this is general. As you can see, marijuana, firearms, things like that are like high risk businesses. Pawn shops, the adult industry. So if you're trying to open up, I don't know, some people might want to open up a strip club or something like that. Just know that though you may not be denied, it may be harder for you. You may have to provide more documentation. Make sure you have all the licenses that you need for that type of business. And some blenders just say, hey, no, I don't. They don't want to deal with it at all, right? It just really, really depends based off the lender, and what they're looking to invest in. So this is just some general categories of high risk businesses. Subscription boxes have been very, very, especially since the last couple of years with the pandemic. Subscription boxes have been on the rise, but as you can see, they consider it high risk, right? Because that revenue or the sales you get can be very, very, it can like vary from month to month. So just be mindful of that. Like I said, it does not disqualify you from getting business credit or anything like that, but it may make it harder for you. And then, yeah, in some cases, a lender may just disqualify you right off bat. And if you are in a high risk industry, there's some things that you can do to kind of not necessarily hide it or mask it, but it's some things to kind of lenders will kind of like look over a little bit, right? So let's just say I'm opening up a pawn shop, right? Or I want to have a pawn shop. That doesn't mean that my business name, the actual business name I register with the state, has to have pawn shop in it, right? I can call it anything from, I can say this is, Square Biz Industries, right? Nothing in that says that I'm opening up a pawn shop. But when I do want to open that pawn shop, I can use like a DBA. And a DBA means doing business as, or just an alternate. It's like a nickname for your business. And I can open up this pawn shop with this DBA, and so forth like that. So there are different strategies you can use to not, necessarily disclose that you're in a high risk industry. Some lenders will ask about DBAs, not all though. But like I said, if you have that general business name, you can have multiple DBAs for your business. So if you want to get in some different things, like if I was opening up a cosmetic business, and it was and I just want to focus on lipsticks or something like that, it may be Ty's lipsticks, but now I want to expand and I want to get into maybe eyeshadows and blushes, something like that. I can open up I can either have it under the same name, or I can open up other DBAs, which they all fall under Ty's Cosmetics. So you definitely, as long as it's the same type of business, same business structure, then you can do the DBA thing. And you'll register your DBA with your state, just like any other business. You won't need a separate EIN for that, because you'll be using your main EIN for the business. So high risk industry, that's the number 3 thing that gets a lot of people denied for business credit. The number four is you're not tracking your business financials, meaning some people don't know how much they're actually profiting or making. They don't know where the money is going to. And I say this because a lot of lenders are going to ask you for your profit and loss statement. They're going to ask for balance sheets and things like that. And if you cannot provide it, then of course it disqualifies you for the lending, so or the funds or the money that you're looking for. So you want to make sure you are tracking that in a soul space, and you can do that with QuickBooks or Zero, or it's a NetSuite. It's a bunch of different apps out there that'll help you track your business financials, your expenses, your receipts, and things like that. And they'll also, like I said, QuickBooks will generate profit and loss statements for you. They'll automatically generate a balance sheet for you, just as long as you have the correct information in there. But you'll be surprised about the number of business owners who are not tracking this, and you don't have to, go out and pay 35, 45, $50 a month for these services. You can use your own personal, like a spreadsheet. If you got Excel or something like that, you can use that to track your expenses. Just know that you may have to generate a balance sheet, know what that looks like. There's a bunch of free websites out there that will help you do that. But the main thing is to track that, because like I said, a lot of times you have to provide that information. And in that same realm, you want to make sure you have a separate business account from your personal account. A lot of times we take in, when we're making sales, or we haven't really fully incorporated ourselves yet, we take that business sales into our personal account, and that's a big no. You can ask any accountant, any certified professional accountant. They will let you know that you have to separate that money, your business revenue, from your personal money. And that's that. We don't want to pierce the corporate veil there. And so that's another big thing, is to have a separate business bank account, so that you can easily track your business financials. And under that same realm, of course, you want to make sure that you are making sales, or making revenue from the business. A lot of times we say we're in business, but we're not making any money from it. So make sure that you are actually gaining the sales, gaining the clients that you're trying to take on, and things like that. Because if your business isn't making money, then why would anyone want to lend to it? Like, how are you going to pay the lender back if the business isn't making money, right? And so you want to make sure you're doing that. The number five thing is, you're not verifying your accounts. And so a lot of times we'll say, hey, I signed up for 10 different net 30 accounts, or 10 different trade lines, and I'm still getting denied. Well, you got to go back and look at your business credit reports and see if those trade lines are even reporting to where they're pulling the report from, right? And so there are some trade lines that don't report to everything. I would say most trade lines don't report to Dun and Bradstreet, Experian Business, or Equifax Business. Those are the big three, even though there are many other business credit bureaus that your accounts get reported to. You want to make sure that the accounts that you're reporting to, the accounts that you open up, are actually reporting to your business credit. A lot of times you see people, well, they'll sign up for a company's net 30 account, but that company doesn't report at all. And I've seen that a lot with in the beauty industry, when people are trying to get wholesale and like wigs and hair and cosmetics and things like that even though they have this business credit with this specific company, that company does not report to any of the business credit bureaus. So it's important that you take a look at your business credit reports, you monitor your business credit reports, and then you make sure that the companies and the lenders and the trade lines and everything like that are reporting to it, right? And you got to be strategic about the accounts that you open up, because like I said, some of them don't report to every single one. So you may need a few that's going to report to Dun and Bradstreet. You may need a few that's going to report to Experian Business, and you may need a few that's going to report to Equifax, so you can have a balanced business credit profile. All right. And so, like I said, just go ahead and verify those accounts. And then, last but not least, number 6, um, all roads lead to your personal credit. Okay. And some of you may be asking, like, I'm here for business credit. I don't want to use my personal credit. And that's fine. But if you're serious about your business and you want to grow and you want to build, then you will understand that at some point you're going to have to co-sign for your business, or what we call personal guarantee for your business. And so, hold on here. And so if you once you get your personal credit in order, you will find that business credit and the options that you have become almost like they're plentiful, right? You can pretty much go anywhere and get the credit for your business. And just because you're personal guaranteeing something does not make it any less of business credit, right? What that is saying is, if my business defaults, If my business cannot make these payments, then I, as the owner, will make the payments on behalf of my business. It does not mean that now it's your personal credit, but beware that there are some accounts that will report to the personal side. And Capital One is very, very notorious for this. They'll give you a business credit card, but that business credit card also reports to your personal credit profile, right? So I try to stay away from Capital One cards. And there are other lenders out there. Just beware. Just know what you're signing up for. A lot of them don't. If they say it's for the business, it'll be for the business. Like American Express does not report business accounts on your personal side. Chase does not report business accounts on your personal side. But they are personal guarantee. They are PG accounts. And so if your business can't pay for it, then they will come after, I don't say come after you, but they will be expecting you as the owner to pay for it. And that's nothing different than, that's not anything different from owning a business, that you got to pay your bills, right? Pay your bills. And so that is the last point I wanted to make about the 6 things that's kind of maybe holding you back from getting approved, or the 6 things that are contributing to you getting denied business credit. I'm going to go ahead and take it over to the chat room. Oh, Roadrunner Dreek, I want to thank you so much for the super chat, the $5 super chat there. Thank you. I appreciate that coming through and showing your support. Thank you so much for that. Man, I need you to come on up and talk to us about the business you have, or the business you're trying to start. Let me drop the link. Matter of fact, let me do that now. Drop the link so you guys can come up if you want to. You don't have to if you don't want to turn your camera on, you don't, but just make sure you have good audio so that we can all hear you fine, with no issues there. Who else do we got in the house? We had Carolina's own Audrey. I appreciate you coming through. Thank you so much. Before I hopped on this, I just took a look at your video with about Wells Fargo gems. If you guys haven't seen it, I think it was like the last video. If you go to Carolina's own on YouTube, he talks about all things business credit as well. Make sure you hop over there, because he's giving out real gems. In this last video he put out, he talks about how you can get $100,000 from Wells Fargo and for your business. So definitely check that out. And he's also in the Square Biz Facebook group, and one of our moderators there. So I appreciate that. I do want to address a question I had in the Facebook group. I'm going to pull up here, and it was someone asking about how to change their business address. So like I said, a lot of times we start off with our home address, and we have to change that, right? We don't necessarily want to change the business. We just want to change the address. And how do you do that? And so the first thing you want to do is get the address, get the appropriate address that you need. And then you just want to let the state know first. So you may have to fill out a change of address form with the state. That varies what that form looks like. You may have to pay a fee for that with your state. It just depends. But you want to do that first and make sure the state is tracking your new business address. But you definitely have to do that. Then what you want to do is contact the IRS. And I did do a video on my channel about how to change your business address. But basically, you'll have to send them a letter with your old information and saying you want to change it to this new information. Send that letter off, ask for a confirmation. Now the IRS has been backed up since the pandemic, right? So definitely, just before you start, I don't want to say before you start using it, I would say continue to use the new address, but make sure you request a confirmation email from them. You can call. I don't know how receptive customer service is gonna be to answer your questions about that, but you'll definitely have to fill out that form. You can also change your business address when you file your taxes for the year, and that's probably the best way to kind of make sure that they got the change of address. When you file your taxes, your business taxes for a year, there's a box that you can check to say, hey, this is the new address. that I'm going to be using with that. So do that. Once you change it with your state, you change it with the IRS, then you want to make sure all of your information across the board, your business bank account, your all of your accounts that you may have opened up, your net accounts or your credit card accounts or anything like that. The banks all know that you have a new address there. That's going to vary from lender to lender on what that actually looks like. But you want to do that. You want to update your website with the new address. When you want to update 411 with the new address, you want to update Google with the new address. You want to update Yellow Pages with the new address. You just be doing that across the board for that. But the two main things is change it with your state first, and then change it with the IRS. All right, what we up? The next thing we got here. All right, Caroline's own said he's about to tap in. Y'all get the likes up, okay? I appreciate that. Yep, go ahead and hit the like button for me. You know, everyone says it helps out the algorithm. I don't know how true that is or not, but I would think it you know, it can't hurt it, right? So go ahead, get the likes up for me. If you know haven't subscribed to the channel, I promise you I give out nothing but truthful information. I check and double check anything I say on here, but I'm not, so I'm not trying to give out any like type of scammy type of information or anything like that. I try to do my research as much as I can. Like I told you guys, I do have a bachelor's in business from Howard University. I do have my master's as well, and I am a business owner, and I went through this process, so I kind of have some good experience that I can share with you guys. Who we got up next? Sun Bear. Sun Bear says, can you do a review on the American Express business checking account? I can. I can do that. Do you have it now, Sun Bear? Is that something you're either looking into, or do you have it now and you want to like, give it, the thumbs up, the thumbs down, or something like that? But definitely I can do a review on that checking account. I will say I don't know much about it right now, but once I, do a little research, I don't have a checking account with American Express. I do use them for personal and business credit. And I pretty much am satisfied with them. Like I said, as long as you pay your bills on time, you shouldn't have any issues with any lender. But I can definitely do that. Speaking of business checking accounts, there are so many. I always tell people, always recommend, if you're gonna have a business checking account, at least one of them should be a bank that you can walk into. And because you want to establish a good relationship with your bank. And not to say like the online accounts, you can't have a good banking relationship. But I find that your probabilities of getting approved for the things that you want skyrocket when you walk into a bank and talk to a human versus, trying to fill out an application online and getting that automatic approval, or trying to talk to someone over the phone and trying to explain what's going on. Always have at least one of your business banks to be a brick and mortar bank that you can walk into and talk and and start a good relationship with one of the bankers there. Let's see what Sun Bear says. Sun Bear says, yes, I have it. It's not much information about it on YouTube. You want to come on up? Hey, Sean, I see you. Somebody, you want to come on up and tell us a little bit about the account here? I would love that. I'm dropping the link again just in case. Like I said, you don't have to turn the cam on or anything like that. But if you just want to come and talk and tell us how you like it, like I said, I don't have a lot of information about it. But when it comes to your business checking account, you want to make sure you at least one of the accounts, and you'll probably have multiple depending on what your business is. If you're starting out with one, I would say make that one a bank that you can walk into, or a credit union. So, Navy Federal, your big banks, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, what else? Truist, any bank in your area. Your credit unions are probably the best place, because I will tell you like this: the first place that you should probably look to get business credit is with the bank that you're banking with, whether it's personal or business, right? Whatever you're using as a bank should probably be the first place you're looking for when it comes to business credit, because you've already established a relationship with them. And like I said, if you check out Carolina's own his page, he just dropped the video that shows you how you open up a bank account with Wells Fargo, and how that already opens you to business credit, to a credit card, and to a line of credit. So definitely check that out. Sean C says he's checking in. Hope all is well. I said, I'm sorry, because Sean may not be him. So Sean, I apologize. It looks like your avatar, your profile picture there may be a woman. So I apologize. But either way, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate that. Showing some love, showing some support. Um, Definitely everything is going well. It's Sunday, guys. It's Sunday, so that means Monday morning, starting at 7 o'clock. We are on the ball. If you are an entrepreneur, you know that Monday is that day that you are kind of like trying to check the box and get everything going. You're going to be applying for new accounts. You're going to be looking at your business financials, I hope. And then this is the time that everything is open. So if you need to call the IRS, give the IRS a call. If you need to call some of your vendors and your lenders and things like that, this is the time. Monday is that go day. I always say when you take off, never come back on a Monday, because everything gets a little hectic. But yes, that is the time. Monday is the time to get started. Every day is a new day, and every day we can get started. Gonna talk about some other questions in here. Audrey came through the group, and he talked about, I dropped a video the other day about how to get a car in your business name, and he talked about insurance and the rates. Insurance on both sides: personal insurance, personal auto insurance, and business auto insurance has inflation. It's inflation trying to keep up. It has gone up. So it may be before you try to you go out here and you get in these accounts, interest rates are going up. Oh, look at this. Here we go. Audrey's in the building. I'm gonna go ahead and add him.
What's going on, man?
Hey, how are you?
Man, I'm working, man. I see
I
you. I see
see.
you on
I
the live.
see.
I had to tap in with the family, man. What's going on?
Everything is good. I'm doing well. So glad you can make it today. So glad
Absolutely,
you can make
man.
it today. As you can see, I've been telling everybody about your channel.
I appreciate it,
We
man. Likewise, man. We gotta do some lives, man. We gotta get some people. We gotta we
Yes.
gotta we gotta
I'm
make it
just
happen.
getting into the lives, right?
Really?
Remember that first one I did out there? And then the last
Oh
couple of
yeah.
weeks I've been trying to get more and more into the lives. It just takes a lot of burden off of me not having to edit a video and everything like that. But
Mm-hmm.
I've been trying to stay consistent, at least a weekly live, and just give people the opportunity to ask me questions directly, because
Yeah.
we get in the
Yeah.
Facebook
Yeah.
group, stuff gets lost in translation and everything like that. So
Yeah. I
um but
agree, man.
but what's been going on your side? Because I know you do your lives weekly on Wednesday. So y'all make sure you check
Mm-hmm.
it out, because you get a chance to ask him questions directly. Audrey has a couple of programs out there. Go
Yeah.
ahead and tell everybody about that. I have no problems. Go ahead and tell them about your courses and things
Uh,
like that.
yeah, so basically we have the free 1 day business funding masterclass. We do those every month. The next one is actually August the 27th. So we got that popping off. And yeah, we just launched the one-on-one program about 2 months ago. So that's been going
Okay.
good. We get people in there, get them rolling. But yeah, I dropped that video about the Wells Fargo play too. That's why
Yeah.
I know people probably have some questions about it. We can tap into that if you want to.
Yeah. So you, one of your accounts is with Wells Fargo? One of your
I don't have
things?
any personal accounts
Okay.
with Wells, but I mean, other than credit card,
Right, right.
credit card, but they basically over the last, I would say, 60 days, they have
Mm-hmm.
started to bring back that no dot business line of credit program that
Oh
they had.
yeah, that was the gym right there. It was no
Yeah,
documents. That's right.
yeah. So that's been a couple people got the business credit card and the business line for like 30K. It goes
Yeah.
up to 50K. But you got to be 2 years on, file, taxes, or I'm not file taxes, but on the Secretary of State. So you got to be at least established for 2 years.
Yeah. Okay,
Now
so you
they
got to be
will
in business
do,
for 2 years.
yeah, they'll go up to like I want to say either 20K or 50K on a business credit card,
Mm-hmm.
no dot too. So it just all
Okay.
depends on your relationship. Wells is kind of funny, man.
I used to have a mortgage with I used to have everything with Wells. I had
Me
a
too.
personal bank
Me too.
account. I had a mortgage, and I had credit cards with them. And
Yeah.
yeah.
I know how it go, man. Wells is funny, man. I
They
was
will
just,
make it a hard way to go, but you
yeah.
seem to pretty much kind of like I'm going into it at that time. I was going into everything blind, right?
Right, right.
But if you know what you need, like and Audrey, he puts that out on his
Yeah.
page exactly what you need to get approved for that, then it should make it so much easier. So I think
Yeah.
he said for the business line of credit, you got to be in business for at least 2 years.
Hmm.
I think you also said you got to have good personal credit as well.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Personal credit, you probably want to structure it to be somewhere around 720, 740.
Yeah.
And the beauty of it is there's really basically one hard inquiry if you apply for both at the same day. So, like, say if you apply for the business credit card, if you open up the business bank account, typically if you add about a 720 or better, they'll give you a soft pull offer for a business credit card. So it's a soft
Okay.
pull. You can get the business credit card. You accept. They don't, do a hard pull. And then if you go ahead that day and just say, hey, look, by the way, I was looking at that business line of credit. I'd like to
Yeah.
get that. Boom. It's just one hard inquiry.
Yeah. I was talking about on a previous video, I was talking about having a good business banking just a good banking relationship, and your bank is probably the first place you should look at as long as you have a good
Hmm.
relationship when it comes to like things like business credit and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I know you like to talk about Truist because it's out of
Yeah.
Charlotte, right?
Yeah. So they pretty much up and down it. They're more regional. So it's not
Mm-hmm.
just Charlotte. He's got, they in Philly, they in
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
New York, New Jersey,
Yeah.
Maryland. They
I actually got a mortgage account with them because they
you
used to,
got more.
that BB&T and SunTrust, and I was with SunTrust,
Yeah, I remember you said that.
and then they
Yeah.
merged and got the Truest thing. So, but
Hmm.
I have not tapped into the business because I haven't tapped into the business trying to get a business credit card there. But I looked at it and it seems
Gotcha.
pretty straightforard
Yeah, because
to get.
they got 0% interest for 12 months on that business credit
Yeah.
card. So you can't really you can't beat that,
And just talking about the 0% interest credit cards, guys, those are very beneficial because it's almost like giving yourself a loan, interest free loan for
Right.
however many months, right? And so you don't have to pay that interest that you would get on any other loan that you make, from that first payment you make will have interest tacked onto that. So the interest rate, I always like cashback credit cards, only because if you just starting out, I like to see that cash come
Right.
off the bottom line. I'm not to say that reward points, the travel points
Yeah.
and different things like that aren't good, but if you can get a good cashback card with
Yeah.
some good percentages on it, then you can really put you can make money for your business with all you're doing is just paying for your business expenses. So
Hmm.
some bear says he's had the American. Do you know anything about the American Express checking account?
I looked into it. I actually was gonna open one up this week.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be the guinea pig on it, man.
Okay.
I ain't really seen nobody talking about it, but
Yeah, you definitely got to come back and talk about it. I've
yeah,
seen it.
I got you.
I've seen it. I haven't had the need to open up that
Yeah,
account, but I
I
mean,
feel you.
he said he's had it for 2 days. Um,
Okay.
so like I said, he's
On
come back
Sunday.
and let us know how he feels
Yeah,
about that. He's a
yeah,
little busy right now.
yeah.
He says
For
he's a little
sure.
busy right now, but he'll come back later down the road and
Got you.
tell us about it. But
Yeah,
I
keep
gotta
us
check it out.
posted.
I gotta do some research on it before I start trying to talk about it.
Yeah, I might check. I'm gonna open one up, man, because they've been sending me emails and stuff for a while. They had it for a minute. I mean, it's pretty much. I want to say before June, they pretty much had those.
Yeah, yeah. Like I said, I
Um,
saw that. What's your
yeah,
what's your favorite business credit card?
my favorite, man, that business gold, the Amex,
Mm,
that bad boy. I mean, there's so many perks. They got the travel, they got the, we doing our marketing now, so we running ads. They give you four
yeah.
points on the ads for Google and Facebook, and it's I mean, you don't get the lounge and stuff like you do with the platinum. You don't get all the access and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, I feel like for businesses, you got a lot more leeway to earn at least for 3 to 4x points on that business goal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And,
because you
and
can
it's,
you can earn on different categories. Now I
yeah,
have the platinum, the business
yeah,
platinum.
yeah. I got that
Um,
too. I got
yeah,
both. So
yeah.
different
I got a
businesses.
personal gold though, but I got the business platinum,
Yeah,
and I really only got that for because I do a lot of traveling, so I wanted to
got
make
you.
sure I was comfortable in that. But I do agree with you. The gold offers a lot more categories for
I
you to
swear.
earn points on, and they're everyday type of categories too. Nothing outlandish.
Yeah,
The personal gold, I that is my I use that credit card for almost anything unless
yeah,
my Chase card has a one of the categories changes.
yeah.
I have the Freedom Flex that every 3 months the categories change on it, and so then
Hmm.
I'll shift that spending to that so I can get the most out of that. But that is
Yeah,
also a cashback card. I'm just a fan of cashback cards. I just show me the
definitely,
money. You know what I mean? I
definitely.
mean
I've been on
the
them
rewards
cashback
points,
too.
they're
Yeah,
cool. And like I said, I do a lot of traveling and everything like that. But at the end of the day, it's about making money when it comes to your
yeah,
business. So not
yeah,
to say that they it can't put a dent in whatever you're trying to purchase with the points, but it's just good to see that cashback. I also have the Amex, the Business Blue,
Business Blue. That's a
the
good one.
cashback.
That's a good one. They give you a
Yeah,
lot of credit, a lot of limit, high limits with the Business Blue. I mean, any of the MX, honestly, man, because once you in that family, them points, man.
I know.
Because I, me and my wife, we went to Jamaica for our anniversary. All pretty much all points. I think I paid a little bit of tax for the flight,
Mhm.
but it was all points.
Yeah.
Stayed for like a week. So yeah, man, them
Yeah.
points they valuable, man. Like people be a lot. I'm like you. I like the cash back. So on the personal side, I got the BOA cash
Okay.
rewards, the Navy Federal cash. So yeah, I like those cash reward cards for sure. But for because right now you rent if you I mean, ideally, you want to have multiple credit cards, personal and business. But
Yeah.
if you had to pick maybe one or two banks to have business credit cards, I would say Amex and Chase. I mean,
Yeah.
that's a mean combo.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. And I have both. So I have checking account with Chase. I have the Ink card.
Hmm.
I have that with them. And then I am Amex all the way. But let me tell you something. Let me tell you guys a little bit something about Amex, okay? Because a lot of those cards they do have I think the business blue comes in a credit card where it's actually like
Right,
revolving. But a lot of
right.
those cards are charge cards. And so that means
Oh,
that you
right.
have to pay that card off, by the end of the month. But with
Hmm.
Amex, they do offer the 0% interest for a certain period of time as
Yep.
well. So you want to make sure you take advantage of that because it'll just be like I said, it's like giving yourself an interest-free loan, and then you can purchase the things you need for your business, and then pay it down before. If you pay it down before the end of that time period, I think sometimes I think it's a year. Um,
Yeah.
then you won't have to pay any interest on that, and so you'll just be paying for it outright. So definitely, if you're looking at Amex, that's one of the big ones. Chase is another big one. They have some good cards there. I have the business, the Ink Business Cash
Hmm.
card.
Yep.
With them, but they do have a preferred card if you like points and reward points and
Yeah.
things like that. If that's your deal here. It says Sean C says I've been building for almost a year now. I have Uline, Granger, Quill, Nav, Divi, building credit card. All my proper setup with banks. What am I doing wrong? Paydex is Experian and 71 Equifax. Okay, I'm sorry. Paydex is 80, Experience is 71,
87.
and Equifax is 395. What are you doing wrong? Have
I
you
don't.
had Go ahead. Go ahead,
I
Sean.
don't see anything wrong. That's some good scores right there.
Yeah, what do you I guess my question is what are you applying for? That you're getting denied for. The only thing I can the only thing depending on what you're applying for, I would say they might want to see um something other than net 30 accounts. Or
True.
what do your limits look like with those accounts that you have, right? So if you're sitting at 2,500, 1,000 or something like that, they might want to see something a little bit bigger than that. They also might want to see just depending on what you're applying for. They also might want to see some different types of accounts. So if you have credit cards, um,
Yep.
capital on tap
Yep.
is a revolving credit, capital on tap is a revolving
Mhm.
credit card that reports to your business credit account. They might want to see different types of accounts. So I would say it's really dependent on what you're applying for. And then we can kind of give you a better idea of what could possibly be wrong.
Yeah.
But Uline, Granger, Quill, Nav, um,
Solid.
solid to me. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't see anything wrong there at all. And
Now,
you've had these for the last 2 years, so
the
I'm
only thing I was
hoping
gonna say is if they trying to get like no PG funding is look good, but if they trying to get PG, then we gotta maybe talk about what the personal side look like.
exactly,
You know,
exactly. So
but
this depends on what you're. So let us know, Sean, what you're actually. Hold on. He said.
business credit cards, I bank with Chase.
So you
Okay.
tried. So let's just. I'm just assuming you tried to apply for a business ink card, and let me pull back up your. So Chase is a PG.
Mm-hmm.
That is a PG card, and they are going to look at your personal. I believe that's Experian they pulled. I
Hmm.
believe they pulled
Mostly,
Experian. Yeah,
yeah.
mostly Experian. So they're going to be looking at that. So what does your personal credit look like? And like I said, guys, all things lead to that because eventually you can there are some no PG loans and credit cards you can get out there, but I always say if you're going to no PG, can your business stand alone? Right? Is your business, are you making money? Right? Like you cannot be in business without making money, right? We're
Yeah.
talking about if you want to know PG, is the business bringing in revenue? And I'm not even talking about profits, right? I'm just talking about, are you making sales
Sales,
on,
yeah. The
on a
sales is
consistent
very
basis,
important.
right?
Yeah.
So because the lenders want to see that you have the ability to bring in income and pay this stuff back. So you definitely want to make sure that your business credit profile looks appropriate. You have your net 30s here look fine to me, but you might want to try to build it out with other types of accounts if you can. They may be smaller. They may be smaller accounts. I think you with these scores, they'll probably be a little bit smaller. I'm not seeing anything that's going to get you 50,000 and whatever without a personal guarantee. So if you are looking at Chase accounts, you will personal guarantee. That is going to be based off of your personal side. Um,
Mhm.
Let me know here. I don't want to skip over anyone. We got Brenda in the house. She says, if you have fair credit, would you recommend starting with the lower tier bank like PNC for business checking accounts and business credit cards?
PNC is good. The only caveat I would say, if you go the PNC route, build a relationship. They kind of like Truist. They want the relationship. They want you to
Mm-hmm.
have the business accounts established. They want you to, make the deposits. So, but PNC is good. They just a little conservative when things tighten up. I've noticed. That was actually one of my first business credit cards,
Yeah,
honestly.
PNC.
Yeah, PNC. So, I mean, it's a great bank. I mean, I don't have anything bad to say about them, but just be mindful that when you say fair credit, I mean, I'm assuming you sub 700. It's not a automatic denial when you have the relationship. So if you have fair
Yeah,
credit but you got the relationship, you got a good chance to maybe get some funding versus, let's say, if you had a 720 and you just coming off the street,
yeah,
it may not necessarily go in your favor with them. Same thing with Truist. I seen both of them kind of favor more. They tend to give you more when you bank with them. You know.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. PNC. I'm trying to think of, definitely not Bank of America. Don't go there.
Yeah.
Don't go
Either
there.
way.
um some other thinking of, I would I had a couple of banks. You said Truist,
Yeah.
Chase. I would say this Chase, it gets a little difficult when you're applying for credit with them. They are personal guarantee, so I tell people be above a 700, but you really want to be around that 720 mark,
Right.
but you have like no worries about that.
Yeah.
I You want to try maybe if you try your local credit unions, they were
Credit unions are
a little
great.
bit more lenient to you for that. Definitely try your local credit unions wherever you may live. If you have some type of military affiliation, try Navy Federal. Navy Federal is another business banking account that I have. And I've been pleased with them on the business banking side, but I had a mortgage. I had a mortgage with them,
I
or had
remember
a
you
mortgage,
talking about that. That
and I don't
was a
recommend the mortgage
nightmare.
department. But
Golly.
I haven't had any issues on that side. Your local credit union is probably be the one of the probably the best place to start. Actually, I've also seen, um, depending on where you are, if you have like some black banks in your area, excuse me, I'm so sorry.
Hmm.
I had Harbor Bank of Maryland
Okay.
as one of my business accounts.
They good?
You got, just be mindful, stay on top of your expenses there with that. But I know One United offers business. One
Hmm.
United caters to the community, and they do offer business accounts. And so you might want to try them. They are nationwide. You probably won't have, unless you're in LA or California or something like that, you probably won't have a local one. I always suggest to have one bank that you can actually walk into and shake hands
Yeah,
with people, shake hands
that's
and kiss
true.
babies, so that you can build that rapport.
Kids,
So
babies.
hopefully
I
that
like it.
helps you out a little bit, Brenda, to get
Hmm.
started. And then once you get your credit up, you get around 720, 730. I tell you, I say you can go anywhere.
Yeah.
Um, once you get that going, you can pretty much go anywhere with those
Hmm.
scores.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
then, you also want to try the bank that you bank with right now. Who do you have a personal banking relationship with? I'm not
Yeah.
really sure who, but if they offer business banking, you already have a relationship, established relationship with them. So, try out their business banking side as well.
Yeah,
That may be
that's
a
a
good
good
place
point.
to start.
Because what happens, what I see a lot of people do is they start with wherever they are, but it gets difficult when you get to that second. I mean, that third, that fourth, that fifth bank. Who do you tap into next? So
Yeah.
a lot of times you just have to kind of, like you say, find those local gyms, the
Hmm.
harbor banks, the
Hmm.
those local gyms, the ones that you drive by every day, and they waiting on you to stop in and ask about some.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. Those are like those credit unions and things like that. So yep. Yep. Definitely want to try that. Billy, how you doing, Billy? Billy says some banks don't approve you if you don't have a business relationship with them, like a business account within their last with at least 5 to 10K in it at all times. That is true, and it's a difference of do I want to go with someone I know and I already have a relationship with, or
Right.
someone off the street, right? Someone I don't know. I mean, you think about it, right? If someone comes up to you that you don't even know and they say, "Hey, I need to borrow $10,000 from you," you're gonna look at them like, "Who are you?" Right? But if it's somebody you already know, a friend of yours, and they say,
Yep.
"Hey, I got this business idea, and you seen my business, or you seen, how I am with my finances and something like that. Can you invest $10,000?" You may be a little bit more open to that. So that's the concept there when we talk about business relationships. Chase
Yeah.
is very heavy on their relationship side as well. If you're not
Hmm.
having the scores, your personal credit scores the way you want them to be, you definitely want to go in on, hey, telling banks, hey, this is what I can do for you. I can open up a checking account with you, put my money in it. You can use my money. This is how banks make money. You can use my money to lend out to whomever with interest or whatever. You know what I mean? And I'll
Right.
let you do that, and then let them do that for a while, and then say, hey, you've been using my money, I've been using you, can I get, a credit card with your bank or something like that. That's how
Yeah.
you that's really what you're doing when you're establishing relationships. And then if you can walk into that bank and actually sit down and talk to people, you can better explain what your business is, show, what how you're creating, revenue and profits and things like that. A human being is more likely to say, yes to you if you're sitting in front of their face than a computer that's just going over, checking off, the blocks
Right.
and giving you an automatic denial. So
Set it
definitely
automatic.
you want to
Yeah.
have business relationships with the banks. And if this a bank for your business, I mean, why not have a relationship? Because you never know when you may need them.
That's a fact.
Sunbear says Chase 524 can be the issue on business card. Yes, yes, yes. Even if you have, um, let's just say you're sitting at 4 for 24. Um, and you want to get a chase card, sometimes depending on what your credit profile looks like, sometimes they'll deny you.
Mm-hmm.
Just depends. Guys, you also want to look at your utilization on these cards. You do not want to be
Mm-hmm.
maxing out these cards and not paying it off. That contributes to your business credit scores and your personal credit scores. So
Yeah,
definitely be mindful. If you're sitting at the edge of that 5 for 24, you might have to wait a little bit. You might have
yeah,
to wait a little bit.
that's a fact. Yeah, Chase is they tricky. They tricky with that 524.
Yeah, yeah. Yep, because and like I said, it does go for business credit cards as well. So it may not all be personal.
Somebody said
So
pink.
if you're looking at getting the Chase, then that should probably be the first thing you try to get into, right? Because American Express doesn't have that rule. So
Yeah.
if you're
Nah,
looking at
Amex
getting,
let you run it up, man. You can get four,
yeah,
five, six. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. So if you are, set on getting, chase cars, then that's probably the first route you want to go into and getting, my chase journey is I opened up an account with them. I got the Freedom Flex with them, and then I went for the business the Ink Cash
Mm.
card
Okay.
with them. And it just, did I have to do that? Probably not, right? But I know when I applied for that card, I wasn't worried about. I knew I had checked the block,
Yeah.
right? I knew I had the personal credit score for it. I knew I had the banking relationship for it because I actually went inside the bank and applied for the checking account. Shook hands with the guys, told them exactly what I was doing. So I, and I went into the bank and applied for the Ink Cash card. So I just try to make it. It's hard for them to tell me no, right? Because a lot of people don't want to
Yeah.
tell you no in front of your face,
Yeah.
right?
I
Or
was
they
gonna
just
say
try to
too
work it
with
out.
with BOA, it's the same play. I tell a lot of people, you have a better chance of getting approved if you go in the branch with Bank of America.
Yeah,
But because Chase, Bank of America, you can apply online, but like the same thing you said earlier is like they don't really know you. And a lot of times, if you have mismatching information on your credit report versus what you put on the application, they'll, automatically flag it anyway. They won't automatically approve you. They'll have you,
hmm,
present documentations, ID,
yeah.
stuff like that. So, yeah, it's always good to try to apply for the big banks, or any bank really, in person.
Yeah, Astral Realm says yes. The NPR, the multiple product relations, in order to build, just like I said, checking account, credit card, line of credit, loan, whatever have you. You want to the banks want you to use them for everything.
Mm,
Everything they have to offer, they want you to use them for that. So you definitely want to create that relationship there.
that's,
Sunbear
that's
says you also check out
definitely-
Liberty Bank. They are also black owned. Yep, nationwide bank that offers business accounts. So Brenda, that might be one place you want to start as well.
Mhm.
Liberty Bank.
That's a good.
Yeah.
Thanks for all the gems this evening. This is very informative. Absolutely.
I appreciate it. Hey, thank you for coming, Sean,
Yeah,
for
man.
coming and showing some support here, checking this
Yeah.
out. And I appreciate Audrey, I appreciate you coming on here.
Yeah, man. I
And
saw I saw the little I saw it was live. I said, oh, my people's on live. Let me
yeah,
tap in, see
yeah.
what's going
I'm trying
on.
to get a good schedule. It's been different days each
For
week,
real.
and I think Sundays might be it because
Word.
once school starts again for my daughter,
Yeah.
we'll be during the week we'll be rocking and rolling with everything I have going on and everything she has going on. So I think Sundays might be the day to do that, and then just to give everybody a little boost going into the new week and
Hmm.
trying to knock some things out for your business. I know when you get on, you like to see what people have been approved for.
Right.
Let them shout out what
That's
what
all I
you
can
what you get
say.
approved
What's the
for this week
approvals,
and
man?
stuff.
Let me know what's going on, what we gotta fix, man. Cause yeah, man, at the end of the day, that's really it, man. If we ain't getting approvals, we gotta figure out what's going on. Cause yeah, that's
Yeah,
what it's
yeah,
about.
and that's another thing is between you and I and the other I don't know if my what was it my second live, Josh
Josh, my
came
guy.
through and blessed me so generously with the super chat. That was my first
A
ever
word.
super chat. Yeah,
First
yeah.
super
So
chat.
Yeah, he's
Look,
blessed me.
man.
So I appreciate him for that. But here's the thing. I I told you before I watch Josh and I watch you and everyone, but I never know if people are actually like the people that I actually watch me. You know what I mean? And so that was my
Same
first
here.
like man, okay, I appreciate that. And he definitely showed some love to me. And then, yeah, that was
I
really,
was
really good.
Yeah, Brenda. I was gonna say I see she said she in Illinois. I would definitely check out a credit union called Consumers. They give high
Consumers.
limits. They real generous. They like startups. They don't do business lines, but they give pretty decent business credit card limits.
Oh wow,
Yeah,
Consumers Bank. Okay.
Consumers Credit Union. So
Credit. Oh,
um,
Consumers Credit Union.
yeah, Consumers with an S, Consumers Credit Union, and
Hmm.
I want to. It's no. I don't think it's like a Navy where it's like a barrier that you can come off the
Right.
street and just as long as you live. I think you got to live in the state of Illinois or do
Okay.
business in the state of Illinois. I'm sorry. As long as you have a business in the state of Illinois, yeah, you good to go.
Okay. There you go. It's another option there, Brenda. Check them out and
Yeah,
let us know how it worked out for you there. I know you said
absolutely,
here.
man.
I think you're saying Bank of America.
Okay,
Right
BOA.
here.
BOA is
Um.
good, man. A lot of people sleep on BOA. Uh I don't know if I was the first or maybe one of the first to drop that BOA auto loan play, but it's still working.
Oh. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's still working, man.
I gotta check that one out because I don't know if I came across that one. So I did the
Yeah.
just the Ally Bank.
Oh, Ally.
That one. That one I've seen I've seen on Reddit and other Facebook groups that people are just like, hey, I went in today and I came out
Yeah,
with the 2022 bins. You know what
yeah.
I mean?
That's good.
Oh,
They approve you fast. The thing I like about BOA though is that you can get 4 vehicles under one LLC. So let's say you
mm,
had 2 LLCs, that's 8 cars.
yeah,
Um, that's basically a fleet.
right, right,
Now some may argue, they're pulling your personal credit, but it's like, I mean, you can get the inquiry, cleaned
yeah,
up. Not nothing to
yeah.
get
I
an
would say
inquiry
a
out.
lot of times, um, with the a lot of people are a little scared. I don't want to say scared, but they're
Yeah,
reluctant when it comes to inquiries or whatever like that. But
cautious.
honestly, the inquiries are not gonna it's not gonna be the thing that tanks your credit. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right,
It's not gonna be it. What's gonna tank your credit is you not paying the bill on
right.
time. It's gonna be all your defaults. It's gonna be your late payment. All of that is what's gonna tank your credit. Though, within 2 years that those inquiries are going to be gone. But if you're being strategic about the accounts that you're opening up,
Yeah.
you're not just trying to apply for any and everything. I know you have some
Mhm.
strategies on your page, Audrey, about how when you go into just like a funding, what do
Yeah,
you
the
call it?
sequence. Yeah, like a funding sequence.
Yeah, to kind of like quell some of that. But the
Yeah,
inquiries is not what's gonna tank your credit scores. It's
right.
just a couple of points here and there. You'll get those back within a couple of months.
Yeah,
But be strategic about the accounts that you pick, even with those net 30 accounts, guys. I did a video about 25 different ones,
I
but
saw that.
doesn't mean go for every for 25 different accounts. You know what I mean? If you're in different sectors, if you're in e-commerce, you might want to try JJ Gold. If you're in real estate, then you might want to try, Floor and Decor or
Amazon, all of
Amazon,
those.
something like
Yeah,
that. You know what I mean? Don't just go for you know, oh, someone told me I need to have, and I'm someone. You see in the video, I said someone. I'm someone. I did do this, but Quill, Uline, and then you get to Quill, Uline, and Granger, and you're like, well, what do I buy? Because I'm over here trying to, I got vending machines, and I don't, I don't have.
yeah,
There's nothing in there that I want to buy, and so now you're trying to manufacture spending. You're purchasing
yeah.
things
It
that
can get tricky
you
with
know.
the net 30s. When you try to manufacture spend with the net 30s, you got to be real careful, man,
Yeah.
because even like a quill, sometimes they'll you order a gift card, they may ship it to you like within a week or whatever, but they may not
Hmm.
activate it for like another week or two after you get it. So it may not even come live.
Yeah.
So if you was trying to do some, manufacturer spend and then you gotta wait another extra week, that might mess up the whole play.
Exactly.
It
Exactly.
might mess
Exactly.
you up,
So
man.
So
So
definitely, be strategic. I gave 25, but there are many, many more net 30s out there, stuff that you probably haven't even heard about on YouTube. It's just about you inquiring about what they have. Like I
That's what's
had,
up.
I have IKEA, but they're not offering that anymore. But I think I slid in at the maybe at the last one where I got a five
Oh
thousand
yeah,
dollar, IKEA account where I can go in and on my business credit and get whatever I
yeah.
need, and that reports to Dun and Bradstreet. So
That's what's up. Yeah, I had the
yeah,
IKEA application in my Facebook group.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
the
saw it. So I
application.
think they shut it down.
They shut it down.
Yeah, I
Dang.
think I went back just to see because someone asked about it, and I went back just to see, and it was saying it was no longer being offered. But I might have to just go up there and speak to someone, in
Right,
there, like speak to someone face to face to kind of like really really see how to go
right.
about doing it. But yeah,
Hey, I mean, the net 55 Amazon gone too. That's
yeah,
out of
and so and you know what? I put that video out. And someone was like, "You don't have net 55 no more." Like I was a net 30, and I was like, I went and I looked. I said, "Hold on, I just saw this." Yeah,
Yeah, they got it's
that's
I mean,
on
you can
its
still
way.
get the net 30 though.
Yep, you still get the
Pay
net
with
30.
Amazon. Yeah,
Yep,
yeah. I
yep,
don't
yep.
think that one reports, but I mean, who cares? I mean, if you could
Yeah,
use
yeah,
it,
it's Amazon,
John,
and that's why I say it's probably one of the best ones because you can get any and everything off of Amazon. Any and
anything.
everything. That is a gem of a net account to have
Yeah.
um for Amazon. And also, it's not a net account, but Sam's Club business card is one of the easy business credit cards you can get. A lot of times people
Mhm.
get, $8,000 right off bat, but you got to
Yep.
go in the store and apply for that. But once you get that business, the MasterCard there, you can use it at Sam's Club and you can use it at Walmart. You can use
Anyway,
it at Walmart. So the other store outside of Amazon that sells any and everything is Walmart.
pretty much.
So if you can get, that Sam's Club credit card, you got to go in store to apply for it. Definitely, definitely, you want to do that.
Yeah,
Definitely.
sounds good, man. But yeah, man, it's just it's out here, man. That's all I always like to say to people, man, because I'm not a person who there's always a way, man. Just I think with some people they get in a hurry. You can't be in a
Yeah.
hurry. You cannot rush it.
Yeah.
You can't like wake up tomorrow, start a business, and think you're gonna get 100K in like
I
by
totally
Friday.
agree.
Come on, man.
Exactly. I totally, and you'll get those people, you know, and you guys see the videos, how to get business credit within 30 days. You can do it, right?
Yeah,
Within 30 days, you can trigger a paydex score within 30 days. You can do all of that
right.
within 30 days. But you got to ask yourself, how, like, are you moving too fast for your business, right? So
Yeah.
you start your business day one, and yes, you have, Quill, Uline, Granger, all of those, tier one net 30 accounts. But did your business even make money that month? You know what I mean? Like,
Mm,
I think a lot of times we're focused on the business credit, but we're not focused on the business itself. And is the
gotta
business
be focused
in
on
good
both.
standing itself? Are you in a business that's actually, I mean, if you want to know PG, they're gonna look at what are you bringing in, right? They're gonna
Yeah.
ask you for that. Capital on Tap asked me for my business financial records, even though
Mm,
it wasn't a PG account. They asked me like, hey, like I need you to send in your they asked me for my three months of my business banking statements, right? And
yeah.
so fortunately I was able to show them that, I make, I make
Yeah.
money in my business. It's not, whatever. But like you said, people put the cart before the horse, and they want to get business credit 150,000 on day one. And I'm like, do you even have, your Dun and Bradstreet number? Do you have your EIN yet?
Yeah.
Um, the other mistake people make is they wait too long from going from a sole proprietor to an actual incorporated business. Um,
Yeah.
because once you do that, say if you're a sole proprietor and you have an EIN, once you incorporate and make yourself an LLC or C or S corp, you get a totally new EIN off of that. And so you may be your business is in a good standing because you can show, your
Mhm.
financials, right, from however long you've been a sole proprietor. But you might be starting from square one when it comes to the business credit there. So
Yeah, that's a
that's just
good point.
something. Don't, hey, if you're starting a business, go ahead and take that leap and incorporate that business. Um, you know, but be mindful, and be methodic, be strategic about how you want to gain the funding for
Yeah.
that. Some bear says it
Strategy.
says one inquiry for 8 cards. He wants to know
I
about
saw that.
it.
He said, sign me up.
Yeah, sign me up, sign me up. Yeah, so you said that was Bank of America, right?
Yep, BOA,
Bank of
man, the
America.
auto loan play.
Mhm. They're all
Yep, it's
alone.
still in play, man.
So
So
definitely check out his page, Carolina's own.
appreciate
I
you,
am gonna
fam. We
drop
got to
the
do this again, man. We got to tap in, man. Got to get these people
yeah,
funded, man.
definitely, definitely. And also with Ally Bank, there's another play for you to get that. Listen, guys,
Mm.
it is they do have a no PG option, but like I said,
Hmm.
can your business stand on
Yeah,
its own, speak for itself about that no PG option? And if you don't want a PG, Ally does have a PG option, and that loan does not report to your personal side. And like I said, are you willing to, to give up an inquiry for the PG
right.
option? Right. So
That's
that's
pretty
kind
good.
of how you gotta look at that. And like I said, man, there's a lot of people getting approved for. I don't have another need for a car. I just bought one
Man, I got to
back
give me some
in
wheels,
November.
bro.
I have
I
no
got to
need, but
give me some
if I
wheels.
did, I'm going, I'm got to try this Ally thing out because people coming out here with the Audis and the
Yeah, yeah. I've been
Benzes.
seeing that lately, man. My car, man. I've been riding it. I'm one of them people. I just ride it till the wheels fall off, man. So
Yeah,
they done
yeah,
fell off,
yeah.
or they about to fall off. So I'm gonna have to pull up the four. I might want to get that Lightning, that Ford F-150 Lightning, man. That's
Oh,
what I
okay.
got
So
my
you,
eyes on.
I got you down there in North Carolina.
Yeah, man.
That's
You
right.
gotta get it, man. Down here in the
You gotta get that.
Carolinas.
Yeah, yeah. No, I'm very familiar with North Carolina, Fayetteville, 2-6,
Two
and
six
where
and
y'all
already.
at?
Yes,
So,
indeed.
okay, no problem. Who we got? We got here. Some bear also says, "How do you feel about premium domains?" I'm not familiar.
Me either. I think you mean like, or they mean like the domains that's like basically they have like a value to them. Like I see them on the GoDaddy sometimes. They'll say
Oh,
like
you
this
talking about
domain is
websites?
worth. Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
okay.
assuming. I don't know. I'm
Oh,
just
that's what you're talking
assuming.
about. Well, I would say
Yeah.
this. When it comes to your website for the business, you do not have to necessarily have some big extravagant website that, like I said, where things are just coming at you as soon as you open the page and it's music and it's people dancing. You just
Right.
need to basically, if you're conducting business from it, of course, you want to make it more marketable for people to come and get with and find what they need and buy from your site, of course. But when it comes to just say like myself, right? In real estate, I don't necessarily have a this elaborate website. I know people come to my site because they're looking for a place to rent or something like that. So I
Right.
showcase that. But the main thing is having about me or about your business page that
Hmm.
explains your business and have your contact information on there. And just get that piece of the internet that you call your own, piece of
Yeah.
that for when lenders want to look you up. Some lenders will Google you. Ally will Google you.
Yeah.
I've seen people have said, "Hey,
Synchrony
Ally
too.
said I don't have a website and they can't approve me."
Synchrony
Um,
will too.
Synchrony
Yep.
will Google you to make sure that you are so you got to make sure that you're listed in the white pages and the yellow pages and Google My Business. Um, what am I missing? Yellow pages, Google My Business 411.
Yelp is another one.
Yep. Yep.
Hmm.
And then that information on there is updated and it shows like some recent, some current activity that you
Yeah.
have on there. So if you have a business like on Google, you can upload pictures and things like that. You want to make sure that a business can Google you. Now, as far as having a premium domain, if that's what you're asking about somewhere, like I said, it doesn't have to be anything extravagant. I'm not saying go out and hire a web developer and do that. But if that's something that would be beneficial to the actual operations of your business, then that may be something you want to consider.
Yeah, I agree. The more visible you are, the better.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. And then people feel a little bit more comfortable too, right? Just think about having a business and someone's asking you to buy something from them and you say, hey, what's your website? And they don't have one. And you're like, yeah, okay, it's a little scammy, right?
Yeah.
It could be, or it could not be. They may not have established that yet.
Right.
But the more presence you have online, the more people have a little bit more trust in your business there.
That's a
It says,
fact.
how many experiences should you have before getting a non PG commercial bank card?
Mm, I don't know about payment experience. I would say at least 4 trade lines.
Mm-hmm.
4 is the bare minimum. I would say to have
Mm-hmm.
established profile. Ideally 7 plus. If you're talking non-PG funding of any sort, you know, it gets a little dicey when you don't have 5 or more. It could go either way, depending on what industry you in, how much you spent with the vendors you have. It could go either way. So the more the better, is my answer.
Yeah. So let's talk about what a good business credit profile kind of looks like. I would say you want to have on each of your reports, because you guys know, like I said, these net accounts do not report on every
Mhm.
single business credit bureau doesn't report every single account, right? So there are three main ones, and that's your Dun and Bradstreet, that's Experian, and Equifax Business, right? And so I would say for each of those, you want to have around, like Audrey said, you want to have at least 4 to 5 kind of reporting on all of them. Um, so like I said, you got to be a little strategic about the ones that you pick. Make sure they kind of line up with your business, but if they don't, then make sure they're at least working for you and they're reporting for you. And you want to make sure you're using them. Okay. You want to make sure that you're using them and that they're reporting positively on the
Yeah.
account. Um, I don't know if you have any experience with that, but a lot of people will sign up for that account. They'll pay the annual fee and they may make one purchase and then they don't make any other purchase ever again because they saw
Yeah.
it report on the business on their credit profile, and then they ask, well, why did it fall off, or why isn't it reporting whatever?
Yeah.
Got to make sure you're using the accounts.
Yeah. You
Um,
gotta use it at least semi-annually. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Once a report, then once a year at least.
yeah.
I mean, excuse me, once a quarter. I'm sorry. Golly,
Hmm.
once a
Um,
quarter.
then I'm gonna say you want to try to do you said commercial bank cards here. Um, Coda, I think, yeah, I think that's how you pronounce your name, Coda or Kata. Commercial bank cards here. You want to try to get some cards that are reporting. Not everything reports as a trade line. But Divvy, are you familiar with Divvy, Audrey?
Yeah, I got approved with
There,
Divvy back in the day. It's
yeah.
good. I like Divvy.
Hmm.
Don't like the net 30 aspect, so I don't use it as much. But I mean, they're cool.
Okay. Okay.
I like the platform.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
So
cool.
I don't have the net 30 Divvy card. I do have the revolving Divvy card, but they
Right.
they also report to your business credit side. You want to try to um you want to try to get different types of accounts, if that makes
Right.
sense, right? So you have some trade lines, you have some revolving accounts. If you have small business loans with your bank, they may offer a line of credit. You want to have that report, so you want to have show some type of diversity.
Yeah.
um when it comes to the major commercial banks, your Chase, your Bank of America, your
Hmm.
those are all PG. Um, those are all PG's accounts. They're not no PG accounts, and I'm not even sure if they offer any no PG type of credit cards on those type of banks, those major commercial banks. But like Capital on Tap is
Yeah.
another one. I've seen people get approved for Divvy for as much as $100 because their business credit profile isn't as built out as
Yeah.
others, but their credit builder account does report on you can look at
Dun
that
and
as like a
Brad.
charge card, right?
Gotcha.
And that does report. It does not report as a trade line. It reports as a
Revolving.
don't get me lying. Hmm?
It reports as revolving, like a revolving account,
Yeah,
credit card.
yeah, there we go. Sorry.
That's good.
And so that's kind of how you can kind of build out a business credit profile.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, it's important, man. I think I'm gonna do a video on that, just the business
yeah.
profile, because it's still like I had a presentation today. One of my students, she had a class I was speaking at, and yeah, people still not really grasping that business profile concept, because I think we've been trained to think personal
Mhm.
credit is the only type of credit. We don't
Yeah,
really understand the business credit and how that profile works in
yeah,
relation to personal. So yeah.
yeah. Somebody got Sean says South Carolina, South Cat.
Carolina. I already
You know,
know, man.
y'all
Stand
know our
up.
military. So I've lived in South Carolina too.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Columbia,
Yeah. You've
Columbia,
been
Fort
around. Yeah, you've been
Jackson.
around all the military base. We got a
Yeah,
few.
I've
Carolina, we
been in
got
and out.
what? Bragg,
Yep.
Lejeune. We got a bunch.
I've been in and out. My parents were military. My parents both
Okay.
retired. So even before I was out the womb, I was moving around. And then of
Yeah,
course I took on the family business. And so I moved around a lot. So South Cat,
yeah,
where you at, Sean?
yeah, man.
You got
Somebody said I heard Truist does one inquiry and you can apply up to 6 cards under them without pulling your card credit again. I think that's personal. I don't know how it
yeah.
works on the business side.
Don't they only have one business credit card they offer though? I want to say
No,
Truist
it's
only
like
has,
three. It's
or is
like
that
three different
maybe Federal just
variations.
has one.
They got the cash. They got one that's travel, and then they
Okay.
got another one. It's like three different. Uh,
Okay.
yeah, I can't think of what the other one is. One is like cash back. One is
hmm
like travel, and the other one I forgot.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. So do you know anything about them with the one inquiry? I know Amex, they have that play with the
yeah. I know they'll do a
the
soft
one hard
pull
pull.
approval. If you go on their website, you can get
hmm
a soft pre-approval offer, but I think it then becomes a hard pull. Now, whether or not they pull you again for other personal cards, I know for business they probably gonna pull your credit every time. For personal, they may not.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
because when I got the line of credit with them, I had the business credit card first, and the line of credit they pull my credit every time I've applied for credit. They pull Equifax. So,
Mm.
and that was all business. I never had any personal with Crew, so I can't speak to the personal,
Okay.
which I think is what the Gino was speaking to, the personal side. So,
Okay.
I mean, I would just say try it. I mean, if you get approved for the first one, app for the second one. I don't even know if they have 6 credit cards though. Personal. I
Yeah.
think they only
I know.
got
Maybe he
three
meant a
business.
mixture of. Maybe he meant the
Oh, so
mixture
like
of
all three personal, all
business
three
and
business credit
personal.
cards.
Yeah.
I
You
mean, that'd
know,
be
like I
dope.
said, Amex has something similar to that where they
Hmm.
pull that hard credit. They pull your credit report one time, one hard inquiry, and then any up to 14 after that, cards after that, it'll be a soft pull on your Experian. And that's a mixture of personal and business. So they definitely have that. That's kind of how I got the multiple Amex cards off
Yeah,
that one inquiry that they
yeah. That
did.
that Amex
Yeah.
man, they very generous.
They are. Yeah, they are. But like most of their cards are charge cards. So you can look at those as
Yeah,
like net 30 accounts. Okay. You gotta pay
that
that
30.
stuff unless you
Yeah,
have some offer about the interest rate, 0% interest or something like that, where you can kind of hold over. And I knew they have they do have pay over time options. But for the most part, they are charge cards and you gotta pay those off before the end of the month. And you get you'll rack up some fees there. And then I like this name, Scissor Shrummin. I think that's it. That's what it's
yeah,
supposed to be like,
shrimp.
Ray
Yeah,
Shrummin and Scissor.
yeah, exactly.
It
That's what I
says
was about to say. Ray shrimp. Yeah,
so
I
they
got.
say they got denied a corporate lease for a lack of a website. So guys, you definitely want to make sure you get your piece of the internet pie, get
Yeah,
and get your websites. And like I said, you can go Google, um, Wix, GoDaddy, there WordPress. There are a bunch of different um,
yeah. I would
companies
say
that will.
if you want a decent website, man, I got my graphic designer, man, my homie Jack the God.
Yeah,
She the truth.
yeah.
She do the
You
website.
gotta drop
She
her
lay
link in
them
the
out.
chat so people can
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'll put it in the chat, man. Yeah, she'll hook you up with the website, man. She the truth. Jack the
yeah.
God on IG. Let me see. Can I write it in there? I don't know if I can. Can I?
I don't know. Try it
I'll
out
put
if
it
you
on.
can. But say your name. Say your
Hold on.
name again so everybody
Oh, so it's
they can rewind it.
JAQDAGOD. So Jack the God. I just put it in private. But
Okay.
yeah, that's her IG, man. She the truth. She the truth. She do all my flyers, websites, everything, logos.
Yeah.
She nice
So
with it.
So all right, y'all heard it. Y'all heard it straight from Audrey. I'm gonna put her this is her Instagram, right?
Yep, that's her IG. Jack the God.
I'm gonna put it in the chat. So y'all can see that. Y'all hit her up.
Yeah,
Okay. So
man.
she apparently she can get your website squared away.
Somebody said how much. I can't quote prices because that ain't my jam. I can't
Right.
quote price. I just know the work is well worth whatever she charged.
Yeah.
Trust me. Yep. And then
All
Sunbear
right.
said he make websites too, or they make.
Who's
Well, I
that?
keep saying he should. They
Sunbear.
Sunbear.
Sunbear. All right. So look, listen, y'all got
There you
options out
go.
here, right?
Got
Hit up
options.
Sunbear Inc. Check out his page. Hopefully you got your email up there or something like that. They can contact you. Sunbear. Drop your IG or whatever. Your drop that in the chat there. So people can know where to check you out at or check your channel out or whatever have you. Someone asked about what do you need to for Sam's Club? Your tier ones need to be you need to have your tier ones and they need to be reporting positively for Sam's
Yeah.
Club. Sam's Club is easy. It's easy. You just gotta have established. You just gotta have a established business credit. I mean, when I say established, that means that you've triggered your business credit scores.
Yeah.
So your
Yeah.
Paydex scores, your Intella score, and your Equifax. Yes, you should have that triggered as well. But your Paydex and your Experian business credit score you
Mhm.
should have accounts reporting to that in good standing. It's really not hard at all for Sam's Club. And then of course you got to be a Sam's Club member. So you can't just
Yeah.
be off the street, so to say. You can become a member and apply for the business credit card within the same day. But
Yeah.
you'll definitely have to be a member of Sam's Club.
Yeah. Yeah. Sam's is good, man. I like them because, like you say, you can switch it up and do Walmart if you need,
Mhm.
another resource for your Airbnbs.
And then with gas prices the way our Sam's Club gas is
Man,
cheap.
man,
It is
cheap.
cheap and it is the way to go. But that line is something serious. I don't know how it is down there
Nah, it's
in
crazy.
North
I
Carolina
used to
with you, but
go early mornings, man. Usually like Saturday
yeah.
morning, I go fill my wife's car, put gas in the
Mhm.
cars, because yeah, if you get there anytime after like 9 o'clock in the morning, man, it's a wrap. It's because
Yeah.
because the gas so cheap, and then you pay for that as a member. That's what your membership
Yeah.
gets
Yeah,
you,
that's
the
Sam's
cheaper
Club.
gas. So people taking advantage. I ain't mad at them. I'm in there
Yeah,
too.
that Sam's Club
I'm right in
gas
line
is
with you.
something. Yes, it's cheaper than what's on military bases. I'll say that much.
Wow,
So
really?
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it is. So definitely. Wally always coming through with the eyes. He's always looking. Last week he
Really?
came through with his looking eyes, and now I'm like, "What's up, Wally? You gotta tell us
You got the
about your
eye
business. At least tell us about the business if you have one. What you want to
for
start?
real.
Drop it in the chat so we know. I appreciate you coming to
Got the
support, bro.
eyes popping off.
Yeah,
What's I
he
don't know.
always come through with the eyes, but I appreciate your support. Talk to us a little bit though, and then who we got here?
Having
Kay
trouble
Bray
finding
says,
them.
having trouble finding vendors to report to Experian and Equifax. Okay, so I got a whole video about vendors that report
Right.
to
I was just about to say you dropped
Equifax.
25, right?
Well, it report to Equifax specifically, and that's
Oh.
e-credible reports, NAV reports,
Mhm,
Red Spectrum reports.
mhm.
Um, those are three off the top of my head that
Gas
should get
card,
your
gas
say
cards
again.
too. The gas cards.
The gas cards,
Mhm.
yep, report. So definitely you if you want to like a full list for Equifax, I have that video. And then Experian, we that 25, that
Yeah.
it was supposed to be 30 for 30, but I got
Uh,
tired.
I like that.
So I
30.
gave y'all a good
Oh, you
25.
say you gave up at
But it was
25.
supposed to be, 30 net 30s, right? That was
Hey
supposed to
man,
have a little ring to it to get y'all to click on it. But that's all right. The
that's
25
what's up.
we'll do for now.
Yeah.
There's some uh accounts there, but that Nav, eCredible, they report to all three. Uh Trying to think who else
I know
specifically reports it.
one that I just found out about, well, not just found out, but I see the AT&T, my AT&T business guy report to Experian. That's a good one.
Okay.
It's easy. You
Yeah.
can do it right online. You probably want to have scores, paydex scores, experience score before you apply. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it reports to business experience.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Good
so
one.
definitely check that out, K Bray. It's 25 vendors up there. Most of them report to Experian and Dun and Bradstreet. And then a lot of them report to Equifax as well.
Yeah, K Bray, I see the answer said they watched them all. I either get denied or ask for secure fund. I think the problem you probably running into is we gotta look at the structure of your business profile,
Yeah,
and we gotta probably maybe look at what industry you coding under. Some things we probably gotta take a
yeah,
look at, you know. But it's
yeah,
doable. Don't.
yeah.
I always tell people when they come to the master class, I get denied all the time. I've been denied more times than I can count. I've probably
Mm-hmm.
been denied more than I've been approved, but you just
That's
gotta,
right. It's always somebody. It's always someone that's going to
yeah,
be able to give it to you. And I said it before, but people with 800 credit scores get denied, guys. I mean,
absolutely they
it's
do.
not. It
Absolutely they
really
do.
it is dependent on lenders. It's dependent. Everything is varies. Everything nothing is like a surefire fire way. And the information that we both try to give everyone, it's just we want to say, hey, for the most part, if you have these, then you should be good. Now, there's other
Right,
variables in that may get you
right,
denied, but if you're here, most of the lenders are going to say, yay. Yep, they're going to say
right.
yes. So don't get discouraged from denials. But I would definitely look at, you're right about how the business is set up, what
Yeah,
that looks like, and starting from scratch. What is the name of your business? Where's your business address? Your
yeah,
website, phone, all of that. I mean, the initial setup of your business. What is your like you said, your NICE code? What is that reporting as?
right.
What type of business industry are you in? All of that may be a factor if you're getting, especially if you're getting these level one, tier one type of accounts. Let me go back up
Yeah.
here. So that was K Bray. Jeremy says, starting my business credit. Divvy just approved me for the credit builder, and I just subscribed to
Nice.
NAP. You on your way. It's you on your way right now. I think that's probably the best
Sky's
way
the
you can
limit.
do that. Um, Definitely. So now you want to get into depending on what your goals are, figure out what you want to do with business credit. A lot of times we're just saying I want business credit, but you don't really know what you actually want it for. So figure out what you want to do. I would say make sure um, your personal credit, be working on that. You can do that simultaneously. It's not, you don't necessarily have to wait for one or the other, but just know, eventually you're going to have to PG and you'll need your personal credit. So always be
Mm.
working on that if it's not where you want it to be. And then start going for some of, your, some of those net 30 accounts. Pick out the ones that relate to your business if you can, and if
Mm-hmm.
not, then you want to go for, some of the ones that, a lot of people already use, Uline, Quill, Crown, Office Supplies. Like I said, I got 25 of them that you
Yeah.
can pick from, and there's way more out there. So definitely. And I know a lot of people ask me, Ty, do you do one-on-ones? Do you offer that type of stuff? I don't. I don't, but I tell you who does. I tell you who can help you with that. And
Mhm.
that's Audrey sitting right here, Carolina's own.
For
And I have
sure.
no problems, giving you
Yeah.
all of the flowers for that. I don't. I just do not. I personally don't have the time to do that. I work a 9 to 5. I work
For
in the
sure.
government, so I just
Yeah,
don't
it's a
do it.
no go.
And I have a little one, so it doesn't work for me.
Mm.
And that's not my business. So, so
I got you.
I have two businesses, and it does not involve consulting. So,
Nah.
so other than hopping on these lives, hitting me up in the Squarebiz Facebook group, which you can find the link for that in the description here,
Y'all better
or
get in there, man. Square.
watching any
Hey,
of these videos.
I'm
I
telling you,
don't one
these
on one.
videos might not be coming on the YouTube channel no more. She might start dropping them in that Facebook. Y'all gonna be sick. You ain't in
Okay.
there.
So definitely get in the group. Want you guys to, and that's a group. It's just a community of people. We for everyone to kind of like bounce things off. Just like who was that said they got denied an account because they didn't have a website.
All
That might
right,
have been a
right,
question in the group to say, hey, do I need a website? And has anyone ever been denied? They can relay these
right.
experiences.
That's a
So
fact.
definitely join the Facebook group. That you got to be a subscriber though. I got people that I appreciate all the love, and I appreciate it. But the group is built for subscribers to this channel, right? I just want to make sure we have a
Right.
positive community. But I got people that, I ask them, are you subscribed? And they say no. Now, what am I supposed to do with that?
People
I
is
don't
people,
know.
man. That's crazy. If you
But the
gotta
group is
subscribe, man, it only
specifically
take 2 seconds to hit the
for subscribers.
button, man. Subscribe
At
to the
least they're
channel,
honest,
like the
though, right?
video, man.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
it,
I
like
respect
it.
the honesty.
Yeah, I respect the honesty. I respect the honesty. But like and subscribe costs you nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing. Like I said, I don't sell courses. I don't, I don't do one-on-ones or anything like that. I just want you to look and get the information out there. But if you are looking for some
Right.
personal, one-on-one or just going in depth master classes, Audrey here, he offers that. And I think you say like your students get like 4 million, a combined 4
Yeah, we
million
have
in
four. Well, that was 2021.
mhm.
Trying to double that this year. That's
Yeah,
really
so
triple,
he
but
that's what
we'll
that's what
see.
he is about, trying to make sure you get the funding for your business that you can need, that you can launch. Definitely check out his channel. Sign up for his masterclass. They do that once a month, you say.
Yeah,
He goes
do that.
live on Wednesdays. You can ask some questions there. He that is what he's,
Do
and
that.
like I said, I have no problem saying that because I don't offer that.
We
So
gotta we gotta tap
definitely,
in one week, man. I gotta go make a run. I gotta go get this Ring doorbell situated on the
yeah,
property. But yeah, we gotta tap
yeah.
in, man. I'm definitely about to start ramping up. So we'll chat. We'll definitely
Okay.
we'll connect.
No problem. Definitely.
Absolutely,
I'm
man.
looking forward to it. I am looking forward to it.
Yeah,
All
man.
right.
I'll
Let me
make
see.
sure I get the likes up, man. Don't leave my family hanging, man. Get these
I
likes up.
appreciate
Make
that.
sure y'all subscribe and check out the videos, man. It's good content, man.
It
You know what I
is. It
mean?
is.
Like,
It
come
is.
on,
I
man.
and I stand by it. Like I said, I
Yeah,
try to do my research, and make sure I'm
yeah.
giving you the correct information. I don't listen, guys. I don't do a lot of hacks,
Right,
and things like that. That's just not my bag. There's plenty of content out there to show you the different. I do more strategies,
right.
type deal. But I don't, I don't know what applying for, hey, I'm not knocking nobody. That's just not my content.
Mhm.
So if and I never seen that on your channel either.
Yeah, yeah. I just
Audrey,
try to drop the
everything's on the
gems
up
and
and
get a
up.
game, man.
I don't want
Cause
to look over my shoulder at night to make sure,
yeah,
you got PP fraud out here, you got uh credit repair fraud going on out here. That's not my bag at
yeah.
all.
I just
That's
try to
not
give
what I'm
people
trying
the
to do here.
information so they can execute. Like I don't try to confuse nobody, you know. I think a
Yeah,
lot of these gurus and people who claim to be experts, they just confusing you. They're just telling
yeah,
you stuff they heard halfway, telling you things. There's no step one, step two, step three. Is just
exactly.
step one, and then step one got 5 steps, and
Yep,
then after step three or step one, you stuck. You
yep,
know, it's
yep,
like, come
yep.
on, fam. I ain't got time
Exactly.
for
Something
this,
that you can
man. Just
actually
give
go
it to
out
me
here.
straight, man. What I
That you can
gotta do,
actually
man.
go out here and execute. And here's the thing, I always want everything, what I speak about, something that you can actually execute, as soon as the
Right.
video is over. Um, but if, like I said, you need that. That's what, if you need that in depth, hey, I need someone to hold my hand. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I had a few people hold my hand through the process and everything like that. But if you need that, please do not hesitate to hit up Audrey's Carolina's own. Hit up
Sure.
his
I
page. He
appreciate you.
offers courses in that. He has some surefire techniques and strategies to help you get to where you need to go. I'm a
I appreciate you, fam. I'm gonna tap in with you, man. Y'all get these
All
likes
right.
up, subscribe to
I
the
appreciate
channel,
you.
and make sure you get them likes up, man.
Yes, yes,
I
yes.
don't want to see nothing
100.
less than 100, man. We see 100. I'm gonna say something in the comments, y'all. I'll be watching. Trust me, this the family. So I'm gonna hop
Thank
off,
you.
man. Y'all be
Okay.
safe.
All right. All right. You
Uh,
have a good evening. I'm gonna go
you
ahead
too.
and look at go over some more of these comments here. Wally, okay, I see. You just want to show love. I appreciate it. No problem, no problem. Always keep your ears open. Definitely, definitely. Um, yep. K Bray, I think we talked about that comment there. He says, K Bray says, I have NAV, tried the gas cards. Also, my Equifax is not reporting correctly. Shows I have 5 different reports. So I contacted, but they still haven't fixed. My DUNS is 80, but the other 2 suck. So definitely check out the video I did, the 25 net accounts, to see what you can get reporting to your Experian and your Equifax, but also go through and make sure your business is set up correctly. And I definitely have a video on that as well, about how to get started with business credit, how to set up your business credit. There's a couple of videos on the channel about that. Sunbear says, what y'all think about the Citizens Bank business credit card? Is that play still good? I'm not familiar. I'm not familiar, but that's something I'll take into account. I'm sitting here, I got my laptop here, y'all, and I'm writing down notes to come back. So I got the Amex checking account to kind of research. I want to make sure I give you guys answers on that. And then I'm gonna put the Citizens Bank, and then also Consumers Credit Union. I also got on here to kind of like get some information on for different people. And there's also, if you join the Facebook group, you put your questions in there. You'll have other business owners that can actually respond to your question. They may have experience with it. I don't, and I'm not ashamed to say that either. Robert Baldwin, thank you for coming through again this week. Robert, I appreciate that. You got the looking eyes too. You and Wally, y'all on the same team. What we got? I started a trucking logistics business. Any Lance for the trucking industry? What are your gas cards looking like? There, I'm not really sure what you're actually. I'm sorry, Jeremy. I'm not really sure exactly what the question may be. What you're actually looking for. What do you want to do with business credit? What do you need business credit for? But I'm hoping you already have gas cards. You have fleet cards. There, Wex is probably the go-to. BP is another go-to card as well. You can get multiple cards with those. That's my off the top of my head when it comes to trucking industry. Also, what we were just talking about auto loans, so I'm not even sure if you need to add some more to your fleet, but Ally and Bank of America we were talking about earlier are good options for your business cars. They Ally, I know for sure does specialty trucks and specialty vehicles. So just let me know exactly what you're trying to do with your business credit there. Scissor Sherman. I love that name. I really, really do. I'm having such a hard time getting gas card approvals. And my Paydex is 80. Other two are good, not great, but sheesh. I would say, what is the setup of your business? I always start from square one, and that is square one. What's the setup of your business, especially with gas cards? They are, for the most part, no PG. So how is your business set up? What industry are you in? What's going on with the setup of your business? There, if your Paydex score is 80, and then look at some things that too to help uh bring up your other two scores, other net accounts for those other two scores as well. But I would tell you for every business is different, so I don't want to compare your business to someone else's. But the gas cards are pretty easy to get approved for. So if you're not getting approved for some of the gas cards there, then I'll definitely look at how you have your business set up. What's the best code if you're in the corporate rental hospitality business? I have to look it up. I don't know it off the top of my head. That'll be something I have to look it up. Put that, if you join the Facebook group, put that question in there. That'll be something for me to go back and look up for that. Jeremy says, I watched your 25 vid and I applied for Uline and Granger. And you got denied, Jeremy? Or how did that work out for you? Did you get approved for Uline and Granger? I hope so. Those are pretty much those are pretty much tier one accounts that as long as your business is set up correctly, you shouldn't have any issues getting approved for them. But Uline Granger, you said trucking and logistics, so yeah, Uline Granger, Quill is another one I'm thinking in that space. Trucking logistics, your gas cards in that space. So I think I got Wex on there in that space. Trying to think of some other ones off the top of my head, but Uline, Granger, your office supply stores, you may be able to get into as far as well. But if there's something specific, a specific account that you think you may or may not get approved for, let me know specifically. But that in that space, those are kind of like the main ones I can think of. What's the Facebook name? The Facebook group. It is SquareBiz 365. There is a link to that in the description, guys. So if you want to join that group, only thing I ask is that you be a subscriber. It'll ask you some other questions there. As long as you're a subscriber and you're going to abide by the rules of the group, you're fine with me. You don't have to have a business already started to join that group. But if you just want the information to help you get started, that is what it is there for. Just be a subscriber and just say that you're gonna, abide by the rules. Because if you're not gonna abide by the rules, I'm kicking you out. Like, because we don't want no trolls or anything like that. But if you're not a part of the group, I'm kicking you out. I mean, not gonna abide by the rules. You gotta go. I had a couple of people, go live from the group, and we're not doing that. So I appreciate it though. The link Square Biz 365 on Facebook is the name of it, and the link is in the description. Okay, Bray says, I loved your videos. I watched all. You drop gems and keep it real. Thanks for the great content. I appreciate your support, K Bray. Definitely appreciate your support. I appreciate you guys coming through tonight, even and getting on this live with me. Getting a little bit more comfortable with it. So I appreciate that. And also with Audrey coming through, Carolina's own, coming through and helping me get through this live tonight. So thank you for your support, K Bray. Thank you so much. Also want to I'm gonna go back to the top and give another shout out to Road Runner Drink with the super chat. He came through and I appreciate that. Definitely appreciate that. Thank you, Road Runner Drink. Let me see who we got up here next. All right. It said Robert says, thanks, Ty, for the information as usual. I just got approved for Amazon Business Trade Line for $10,000. I need sounds. I need to, give you claps or something like that. I wouldn't have ever thought about Amazon before you said something. So I'm glad. And Amazon, I'm telling you, just like we said before, Amazon is what better type of business account can you have? I mean, they have any and everything for almost any type of business out there. So I say between them and that Sam's Club card, Walmart used to have a business credit card, but I think that's kind of it was like a business net 30 account. But I think it's been disbanded or something like that. It's called like the Walmart community card or something like that. Excuse me. But they don't have that anymore. But the Sam's Club card works for Walmart as well. And of course, like I said, Walmart has any and everything as well. So I'm glad. So big ups to Robert getting that Amazon account. What other accounts have you guys been getting like approved for? Let me know in the chat. What other accounts you've gotten approved for, or what accounts do you want? Put that in the chat as well. Sunbear says you need a little bit more info on the GM business credit card as well. All right, no problem. I'm gonna take note of that. I definitely want to make sure I'm giving you guys the content and the information that you want. And like I said, I try to do my research. I had the time to do the research and do that when you guys don't, right? So when you don't have the time to go full in, that's what I'm here for, is to do that research and to give it to you how I see it. So definitely. So the GM business credit card got you. QRS Management LLC says peace. Are you bringing people up? I sure am. Let me send out the invite. You want to come up? Here we go. Drop the link. The link is in the chat. You want to come up and talk to us. If you come up, the only thing I ask is one, of course, tell us where you're from. Tell us about your business. And then if you got a question, go ahead and ask that question. If you have, some type of experience you want everyone to kind of know about, that maybe you got denied for something because of something or anything, go ahead and we'll get into that. But if you guys, if you want to come on up to the stage, you don't necessarily have to put your camera on, but make sure you do have good audio so we can hear you, and I'll bring you on up to the stage. So QRS, I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you right now. Who else we got here? Seashell K says they were denied from Key Bank. I need a little bit more info on that. Seashell, like what are your business credit profile? What does that look like? How many accounts do you have? there with your, give me a little bit more info on that, and then I can probably give my general, view on what may or may not have caused that. So Sunbear Inc. says Verizon business credit card just dropped, but it's issued by one of the worst FM. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna, that's on my list to kind of do some information on, do a little video on. I'm gonna come back with that. But um not only, a lot of people use Verizon to get, they do have a business credit account if you want to get your, not, well, I guess it is business credit. You want to get your phone, your business phone with them. Um that is a separate phone, like in hand phone line. Oh, who we got? Who we got? Oh, we got a couple people backstage. And I say that like, I don't know how you guys feel. I don't my personal lifestyle, I can't have a bunch of different phones. So I always try to go for some of the apps out there. But I got a couple of people backstage, and I'm gonna bring them both up. Um, who we got here? We got Noah. We got Noah. Yep. How you doing, Noah? Peace.
Yeah, how you doing?
And then we have SC. SC. I'm gonna start with you, Noah, since I brought you up first. Go ahead. One, tell us where you're from. Tell us about your business, or if you don't have one, the business you want to start, and then ask your question.
All right, so yeah, my name Noah. I'm from Oakland, California, from East Oakland.
Okay. Hold on, all the way from Cali. It's Oakland. That's the Bay Area, right?
Yeah, it's a Bay Area for sure.
Oh, okay, okay. So Bay Area.
You know
Listen,
it.
I don't know nothing about that.
You know a little something. You got the
I
lingo
know a
down.
little something. Listen. So I'm in Baltimore, right?
My
So
mom out
that's
there.
where I'm from. You said your mom's out here?
Yeah, she been
Oh,
trying to get
okay.
me to account for a minute too, so I need to make my way out there and go see her. She just moved up
Yeah,
here.
definitely come on over to the East Coast. But outside of other than that Baltimore Bay Area connection, we got that through Tupac's, right? So
Hmm.
that's why I know a little
No, a
something
little something,
through
huh?
that.
Okay.
Yeah, a little something. But what you got for us? Tell us about your business.
Yeah, so basically, I have a marketing consulting business.
Mm-hmm.
It was very inexpensive to fund. It was very inexpensive to start. I don't have any sales. All my services been free for a year.
Okay.
Only thing I ask the people that I work with or is to just leave a review on
Mm-hmm.
one of my platforms, Google
Okay, just
or
getting your
Yelp.
name out there and everything.
Yeah, because the reviews on Google is one third is like make up for one third of your score. So
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
I was trying to just focus on that and let the work speak for itself. Because as soon as I
Okay.
put people on some of this business credit, they instantly are getting approved for business credit cards. You know what I'm saying? So,
Okay. Okay.
but yeah, I took
So
a
so you
break. I took a break from applying for credit, but just this week alone, I got approved for the Sam's Club 12,000 Mastercard instant
oh
approval. Uh, Amazon 12,000, but it was a net 30. I don't know why.
That's fine. No, no. So just like we, myself and Audrey were talking before, Amazon took away the net 55, so they had the
Uh,
net 30 though. So that's fine. So you got
okay.
Amazon, you got Sam's. What else you get?
Lowe's 5,000 from
Lowe's.
Lowe's, 4,000 from Best Buy, and
Okay.
2,500 from Office Depot. And that was all this week though.
All this week,
All this
yo.
week.
Like I said, I wish I had some sounds because I give you all the hand clap and everything like
Going
that. But that's what's
crazy.
up. So you got a marketing business, that you've been, so I would think that your business is set up correctly and everything like that. And you got Sam's, Lowe's, Office Depot, and Amazon all within 1 week.
Yeah, and I just took a break. So I already had about, I think, probably like 15 accounts. I think my
Yeah,
highest account before that was like the floor and decor, 14,500.
yeah. Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. No, so let me ask you a question. What do you plan to do with the business credit that you obtain?
With the business credit I obtain, I might use it. I might allocate those funds to a different business.
Okay. You trying to
You
start
know,
up something different?
yeah, something different. I really was doing this just to see, just to, test the waters. You know what I'm saying? See how much credit I could get. So I don't really
Mm-hmm.
have any income. So I'm just doing this off, having the minimum requirements, knowing what to
Right.
apply for, what I qualify for, and then going after those accounts.
Definitely.
And
So
then,
I will
and
also, I would say definitely, be mindful, about. I know you say you're not getting any income in, but before you start using that credit that you have, definitely want to make sure you're mindful that you have, a way to pay that, to pay that stuff off, whether it's from your, your personal side or whatever have you. A lot of times, not just I'm not speaking on you specifically, but I do know business owners that get that credit, but then they have no way to pay for it because the business isn't either the business isn't making money, or they don't necessarily have the funds to pay for it. Especially when it came to floor and decor. I know someone that used floor and decor to help flip a house. Well, they didn't flip it, but to help build out some things in the house that they were trying to flip, and kind of got caught up. So definitely, guys, when you go out here and you're getting the business credit, you're getting the approvals and everything like that. If you're using that stuff like you should be, cultivating these accounts, then you definitely want to make sure you have, whether it's your personal side or your business side, definitely a way to pay those accounts off.
I had a question for you.
Sure.
So in regards to that, like say an entrepreneur, uh, utilize some of the credit off some of these accounts, was
Mm-hmm.
able to pay it back, even if it's a no personal guarantee, how would that affect them starting a new business, like
So if
applying
it's
for those same accounts?
so if it's a new business with a new EIN, it's not gonna affect. It shouldn't affect them. So one business shouldn't affect another business, if that makes sense.
Okay,
It's
so
okay if you're owner of both of them.
the creditor wouldn't look at you like, oh well, you defaulted with your last business and this and that.
So, oh, you mean it's okay if you had a bad experience? That may be that may or may not, but I would say two businesses are separate. So let's just say, I understand the question you're asking me. You're asking me is, if I started this business and I open these accounts and I defaulted on these accounts, if I open a new business and I open these accounts, will that be an issue? It'll only be an issue if you defaulted on these accounts on the first business, and you defaulted on those accounts and they were PG and they affect you personally, then yes, that's going to be an issue if you try to get PG accounts on the second side, on with the second business. But that's the I don't want to say the beauty, but with no PG accounts, right? If you have no PG accounts, that's exactly what they are. They are no personal guarantee. Now, I say that because that's not always it's not always the case. Some creditors, some lenders will come after you with no PG accounts. Hopefully you have everything set up legally. That's what I was talking about, separating yourself from the business. Hopefully you have that set up correctly, where it makes it harder for them to try to get to you personally. But if you have a new separate business and you're applying for no PG accounts, then that should not necessarily affect you if they say, oh, I see Ty applying with a new business or not. It should not, in theory. Um, yeah, yeah.
But you said some creditors might actually still come after those no PG accounts.
Sometimes, yes. So if you're looking, I would say some of the bigger accounts, I would say, I'm trying to think who I know off the top of my head. If you're looking like say like a Capital on Tap, I'm pretty sure Divvy will probably come after you for that. Um, the net 30s, it just really depends on how much you've defaulted on that. I don't know if they're going to come after you for $30, right? But if you have a significant amount, then it just really depends on that. So what I'm saying with that is no PG, and not being your business, I'm sorry, you personally aren't being responsible for that, for the business's debt, doesn't necessarily always hold true, because these mind you, these companies have lawyers too, right? And lawyers will find the loophole. But if you make it harder for them to find the loophole, you're separating yourself from the business. You have your lawyer, and sometimes, listen, it's cheaper to pay off the account than trying to hire a lawyer to fight another lawyer about getting what's, PG and no PG, right? So um definitely, just be mindful about that. That's all. Any account you have, whether it's PG or no PG, you want to make sure you're able to pay that debt off.
Okay. Yeah, I just had to come
Okay.
up here real quick.
No, I appreciate you coming up here, Noah, all the way from Oakland, all the way
Yeah,
from
you know
Oakland
it.
on the West Coast.
It was a
I
pleasure.
appreciate
Nice
you.
talking to you.
It was
Thank you
nice
for the
talking to you
thank
too.
you for
Thank you
the
for
advice and
supporting.
things. And I'm gonna
All
see you later.
right,
I already
I'm gonna
watching
pull.
your channel and I'm subscribed too.
Thank
So
you,
keep
thank you, and
dropping
join the
in
Facebook group
videos.
too. Join the Facebook group. Throw your questions in there. I try to look in there in that group at least once a day. I'm not in there every day all day, but I try to look in there and answer any questions I can. So definitely join the Facebook group. All right,
Okay,
no,
for
I'm
sure.
gonna pull you down. I'm gonna go ahead and get on to SC. How you doing?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
I'm doing well. Thank you for coming through and supporting.
Thank
So
you
go
for
ahead and tell and
opening the
pulling you
floor
up.
for
Uh oh, you
questions.
got the baby with you.
No,
Oh,
no.
yo, no, that's
She.
me. Now I hear my voice. Turn me. I need you to turn me down. Turn me down,
Oh, okay.
and then you'll be able because I can hear the feedback. I can hear me.
Is this better?
But yep, that is definitely better. All right, tell us where you from. Esther, you from South Carolina?
No, I'm no. I'm actually from Philly, right next to you.
From Philly. Yes, yes, down the road. Philly, where I am from. Okay,
Oh,
okay,
cool,
no
cool.
problem. All right. No, I'm not from Philly. I was just That's just me. I speak in a lot of rap verses, so y'all gonna have to excuse me when we're
Oh,
live because I speak in verses. I speak in lyrics. But okay, you're from Philly. Tell us about your business.
yeah. So I sell herbs, herbal remedies. I sell them in different forms. So I do tinctures,
Okay.
teas, capsules,
Okay.
mostly just those type of things. I'm not really into the concoctions like shea butter and things of that nature, but I just
Okay.
more so do the remedies. I had posted that I was not from thinking you were saying like you wanted more basically information.
Okay.
Key Bank is I guess it's a small bank in Philly, but they have them in different cities, I believe. It's a really small bank. I was
Mm-hmm.
told that they do soft pools, so that's kind of what attracted me to come there first to try for my
Okay.
first card, and I was denied from them. And I was, I really have a low income. But actually, I'm not working at all. I'm a stay-at-home mom myself,
I
so
understand.
I've been doing my business for at least 2 years, but I didn't see until January. So
Okay.
with low income, I guess I'm asking what's something that you would suggest. I did start Divvy. So I was doing Divvy because of your channel.
Okay.
But they only report when you add money to them.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
so
So
it's kind of
that
like you
credit
gotta
builder.
make sure you
Mhm.
have cash.
Yeah, that credit builder account, it's like a you'll have to put a deposit down, and that deposit becomes your limit for that. So let me just make sure I got you all. I got everything summed up. So you apply for Key Bank, and that's a local bank there in Philly. You
Hmm.
applied for a banking account with them, or apply for the credit card or credit of
No, I
some
did
sort,
checking and the credit card on the same day.
and you were denied for both.
Yeah, because she said that it was because I had too many student loans.
Hmm. Oh wow.
Yeah, I
Okay,
have
so I would.
a lot in student loans.
Okay, and you were applying for a business checking.
Yeah, a business credit card, yeah.
The checking account you were, yep, that was a personal or a business checking.
Business checking.
Okay. I'm not familiar with KeyBank themselves, but I would definitely we gave I think it was Brenda asked about some different accounts that you can have if you have like Fair Credit or something like that. I would definitely try another, maybe like a different maybe a credit union or something like that, or another bank. If you want to go online, One United Bank, it's a black bank. I would try them. I think someone else in the chat spoke of another bank. I'm trying to think of some other banks that'll be a little bit more lenient to you and your situation there. But definitely, I would try another local credit union to get that business checking account. There are some online banks that people like. I'm trying to think. Let me look.
Not business checking, but business credit, correct? You mean
Well,
business
here's the
credit?
thing.
Mm-hmm.
Here's what I'll say. Um, if you're gonna do business credit, if you want some starter business credit cards, I would definitely look in because if you of your income, I would definitely look into something more secured, like a secured credit card where you have to put in you have to put up a excuse me, a deposit for it. Your major banks, the probably because it's going to be a PJ. What does your personal credit look like? You don't have to give me the exact score, but
But well, my
is it?
personal credit is not bad. It's just 740.
Oh,
Not
your
that
personal
bad.
credit is wonderful.
Yeah, and I'm like, what
And you were
happened?
denied from KeyBank?
Yeah, I was, and that's what she said. She said because I reported a low income to them. I kind of gave them like a projection of
Mm-hmm.
what I would like to kind of make this year, and it was like, about 20K. I said to them, and they said it was
Mm-hmm.
too low.
20K
So
from the business?
yeah, because I formed it in January.
Oh no. Okay, so I would try a different bank. If I would definitely try a different bank. I wouldn't even I would definitely try a different bank, especially if your credit score is looking like that. You don't have any banking issues. Who do you bank with personally right now?
I am with PFCU. It's a credit union.
Do they have a business side?
They do.
I would try them out. You already have a relationship with them. I would
I'm just a
definitely
little
try them.
nervous about the hard pull, I guess. I think that's just like,
They do a hard bill for a business checking account.
I believe so. I thought that most of them do, unless they say that it's soft. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
Maybe I can
no.
double check.
Yeah, definitely double check. To hard pull your credit for a checking account, no, definitely not. Now, if you're trying to get a credit card, with
Yeah, a
them, then
credit
it
card.
may be a hard pull. But for a checking account, for a business checking account, no, they may use the system where they look up your banking history to determine whether or not you can get a business checking account with them. But for a credit card, just like I was saying, we were saying earlier, you always want to have an established relationship, if you can, with whomever you're trying to get credit from. So
Mm-hmm.
if your bank has a business side where you can get a checking account, I would definitely get a checking account with them and then apply for their credit. And it could probably happen in the same day sometimes. If you can go in and walk into the bank and do that, definitely do that if you can. There are some starter credit cards out there. Um, I did a video on Tilful is a starter card, but it is a secured card. Divvy
Mm-hmm.
is a starter. The credit builder account is a starter card, but that's secured as well. Um,
Right.
uh, but if you don't, but do you have a business checking account at all?
So I have a business checking account with the credit union. I opened that earlier this year too, and I think April.
Okay,
And then the same day that I went to go apply for the KeyBank credit card, I opened up a checking that same day, because they kind of say that you have to. They say that you have to
okay, right. I
open up a,
understand.
yeah. So
Okay,
I figured that would
I
help.
would try
Mhm.
the credit union that you already, if they have a credit card, I would try there.
Right.
That
And try.
Yeah, because you already have a relationship with them. You're already making them money by you banking with them, right? You're already
Mm,
making them money because they're using your money to lend out to other people. So that'll be the best place to start when it comes to the business
mhm.
banking. What is your business profile look like? Because you say you have a 740 on the personal side. What about your business side?
I don't believe anything has been reported with Divvy yet. I mean, the first two,
Any?
I put
Go ahead. I'm
like
sorry.
a couple of dollars on there, like $200 when I first opened it
Yeah,
up, because that's really all I had on hand.
I understand.
And when I had called the other day just to see if it was reporting, she said that it reported, but I don't really even know how to check the Paydex score. I don't even know where I can check that at to see if it
Okay,
is.
no problem. So I would say, you, I'm what I'm getting is you probably want to start from not necessarily like you starting from square one, but you probably want to go through and make sure, one, that your business is set up correctly, that you have everything we kind of list out there as far as, the name, the address, the phone, the website, and all of that. Make sure your business is solid, has a good solid
Right.
foundation. And then uh, after that, then you want to get into some of your tier one business net accounts. And
Mm-hmm.
that's I had 25 listed in that video, but it's off the top of my head: Quill, Uline, Granger, Crown Office Supplies, JJ Gold. JJ Gold might be a good one for you if you're for your business. You may find some things there that you might like. They may actually help your business. But there are a lot of tier one accounts that help you build out that business credit profile a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know how you feel. I mean, you have a really good credit score, personal credit score. So I don't know how you feel about PG versus, no PG. With the 740, you can probably skip a lot of the tier level one accounts and get straight to, like, American Express and Chase and things like that. So
Even
I'm
with
not really
low
sure how you.
income, or
Well, I don't know how low, but so if your expenses are more than your income, then I would probably say you want to wait until you start getting some more revenue in. But I mean, I don't know how how your expenses and your income kind of like level out. But if it's
right.
enough, you may not. I'm not saying that you're going to get approved for you know 15, $20,000. It may just be $1,000. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that's how
Yeah.
much a bank can that's how much they feel like you're able to afford. Just really really depends. But I will say this though: if your expenses are outweighing the income that you have, then you might want to hold off until you can probably pull that income up a little bit, whether through your business revenue or something like that, or get your expenses down. I'm trying to think some other options other than, like I said, other than just your
The
no
bank I'm with.
PG, those net accounts there.
Now just really last question
Hmm.
is that
Sure.
if I since I got denied from that bank, does that lower my personal credit?
Did they do no. So getting denied doesn't necessarily lower your credit. If they did a hard pull on your credit, that inquiry it's probably gonna affect your credit, maybe about a couple of points. It's not like, when I say a couple of points, I really mean like a couple of points, maybe 2 to 5 points, just depending on how the rest of your profile looks. But you'll
Mm-hmm.
get those points right back within a couple of months. It shouldn't, with the 740, that should not hurt you at all. But getting denied an account doesn't necessarily, that doesn't reflect on the credit, if that makes sense. So when you pull up your credit report, it won't say, "Oh, she was denied," from such and such, and so no,
Okay. Yeah, I was just thinking that. So thank you. I'll kind
no
of check in with
problem.
my personal credit
Okay,
bank and check in with
yeah.
them. So
And like I said, if you have more questions, you can either drop them in the on the comments on this video. I go back sometimes on the videos and look at the comments, or you can join the Facebook group and drop your questions in there. There may be people just like you. We have like 300 people in that group already, so there may be people just like you that may have and in your area that may have some more information for you.
oh, I definitely will join. Thank you so
All right,
much.
all right. Thank you so much. Thank you.
All right.
All right, who we got here? Sun Bear says, yes, don't commingle funds and clock meetings if your entity structure requires it, so that you can legally keep yourself safe. Yes, yes, yes. So you don't want to commingle your personal funds and your business funds. Um, you definitely want to make sure you have someone, a bookkeeper or an accountant, or someone, even if it's you, tracking the funds in your business. Now, there are ways for you to personally invest in your business, own its equity, things like that. I am not an accountant. I cannot give you any accounting advice like that. In business school, I took about 3 accounting classes, and that's really how, as far as it goes for me, versus just, I have an accountant, so she's able to answer a lot of the questions that I have. But definitely you want to make sure that you're not commingling funds. And if you are using personal funds for your business side, that it is annotated correctly in your records, whether it's, like I said, you investing in your record, whether it's like owner's equity or whatever have you. There are ways to account for that money that you actually put into your business. And then yes, keeping your meeting minutes. If you have meeting minutes, that'll help you as far as depending on the structure of your business. You'll definitely have to have meeting minutes and things like that. Gino, when someone asked me last week about cabbage, I think it was Nevin came up and said that he got a business loan through cabbage, and it was pretty simple. And I said that I was going to have a video coming out about that pretty soon. What is it that you exactly want to know? I heard it was pretty. Nevin came up and gave his personal account. He said it was pretty simple. I don't have a cabbage loan at all, so I can't speak from experience, but I can do the research and give some information about there. But from what I can tell, it's a pretty easy account to get. As far as a loan from through cabbage, it's pretty easy to get. What student loans got to do with opening a business checking account? Most likely check systems. Yep. Issues. Yep. That's what I was saying about SC there. I was a little taken aback about the student loans, but I'm not familiar with Key Bank, and so that'd have to be something I look into. But especially if the student loans aren't, if they're in good standings. I mean, a lot of people have student loans out there, and a lot of people are on pause for their student loan. So I'm not even sure exactly why that was even a factor if you're looking at a 740 credit score. 20K projected income. Next time add another zero and see if that works. Now listen, I told you guys I don't do the listen. Somewhere you wild. Yeah, so I can't stop laughing. I'm sorry. But definitely want to make sure you either bring down your expenses or pull up your income as much as you can, make more sales with the business or anything like that. Now, I'm not going to sit here and condone putting the extra zero on the application. I can't do that. I cannot legally do that in good conscience. But definitely want to look at ways to bring in more income. And like I said, everyone's at a different income level, so just make sure you're applying for the right cards. American Express, the everyday card is a lower tier card that you may want to get your foot in the door with if you don't have a lot of income. But as long as your expenses don't outweigh the income when you put that on the application, and you'll get approved for that everyday card. But Sunbear, you you wild. You are wild. Helpful websites. Jerry Thornton says helpful websites. And SC says, how does using same home and business address affect approval? So I was saying this before, SC. It's about when you're looking at lenders, using your home address is not going to automatically deny you for a lot of lenders, right? But when you're looking at getting bigger accounts and things like that, lenders are going to want to see that you are taking your business seriously and that you're separating yourself from your vendors, from your business. Now, someone said something about like co-mingling funds and keeping meeting minutes and things like that. You don't want to commingle funds because you don't want to what we call piercing the corporate veil. So if you have an LLC and you're commingling your funds, let's just say someone tries to sue your business, and you go to court and the judge sees that you've been using your personal funds without proper annotation and things like that you're using your personal funds for your business, then they're saying that you are one in the same, right? That you are the same person. So even though they're suing your business, they can come after you personally to get that money. The same thing with your business address. This is very, very low level, but this is where you kind of begin to separate yourself from the business, right? So let's just say you go before the court and you're trying to argue, or your lawyer is trying to argue that you aren't the same, you and your business are two separate entities, but the judge may see, well, hold on, you guys have to be at the same address. That's just one more check in. Okay, she's piercing, or he or she is piercing the corporate veil there. So it's just a place where you want to establish your business separate from who you are, separate from who you are as a person. But like I said, some lenders, they don't care, right? If your tier, your level one, you may not have a lot of pushback on that. But you start looking for accounts, and you start making more money, you start looking for bigger limits, higher limits, and things like that. They're going to want to see the separation between you and your business. Some bear says he's playing because you wild, because you real wild. You playing though. All right. Seashell says, I don't want them asking for income verification because I ain't got none. I understand. Definitely understand. But most of your accounts are going to ask about your personal income. Most of your credit cards are going to ask about your personal, especially if they're PG. Your Chase is going to ask about your personal income. American Express is going to ask about your personal income. Like I said, just making sure that you have, you may not get approved for any and everything, but the ones that you will get approved for, they might not be, high limit accounts, but you can grow those accounts if you're using them and you're paying them off the way you're supposed to, paying them, no late payments or anything like that. You can grow those accounts. I had a Capital on tap card. I got that card back in December. I rarely use it that much, but when I do use it, I make sure I pay off my my account, my balances and things like that. And then I think maybe 2 weeks ago or maybe last week, they gave me an increase in my credit limit there. So you can definitely cultivate these accounts. All right. Robert Baldwin says, I've heard horrible things about Key Bank. Either use your own bank, use a major bank like Chase, or use online banks like American Express business account. You're like I think someone else, who was that? Johnny Stud still said something about the American Express business account. And another one person earlier said something about the Amex business account. And Robert is coming through talking about that Amex Express business account. I think I might have to I do have it on my list, get some more information about that American Express business account. That may be a good move. And if you can get an American Express on the business side, then you're starting a good relationship with a major creditor who can definitely get you the funding that you need. American Express is, I would say, they're generous with their credit limit increases, as well, as long as you're paying everything on time and you're in good standing. All right, guys. All right. It's Sunday, and y'all know tomorrow is Monday, so we're back in the rat race. If you got any approvals, any accounts or anything like that, go ahead and apply for them tomorrow. Try your hand at what's going on. I promise you, a lot of you are already, if you have everything set up correctly, a lot of you are already qualified for a lot of the approvals. Like I said, especially with that Ally, that business auto loan with Ally, that one, like, that is like easy. When I say like the boards are going crazy, and they've been going crazy for a few years about that, when people are still getting approved for that. Also check out Carolina's own, that's Audrey, over his channel. He does a lot of he offers courses that you can sign up for, a masterclass, one-on-one. You can hit him up on for that. If you need some more in-depth information, join the Facebook group, the Square Biz Facebook group. The link for that is in the description. Join us there. All you have to do is be a subscriber and say you want to follow the rules, and we will I will let you in there, and then you can ask all your business credit questions, your personal credit questions, just business questions, period. Doesn't necessarily have to be about credit or anything like that. But join us there. And I'm just gonna go ahead and sign off here. I'm Ty. Thanks. We were talking in Little Square Biz, and I'm out. I'll see you guys next time.